Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22-pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie, this grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast, free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
Water is water, right? Not when it's Evermore. Smooth-tasting Evermore water is Mother Nature's masterpiece. Evermore is natural artesian water. Maybe you want a healthier lifestyle, a high-end athlete who wants better hydration, or a parent who wants something healthier for their kids. You want Evermore. EVAMOR. Evermore. Available at great local retailers.
Please consider making a donation locally through St. Vincent de Paul that truly helps people in need. If you have a boat, car, motorcycle, RV, clothing, housewares, or furniture you no longer use, please consider donating it to St. Vincent de Paul. This donation could get you a tax deduction. Visit svdpbr.org.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Tuesday, July 1st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 92. In hour one of today's show, we'll be joined by Bill Bender of the Sporting News to talk some college football, and we'll dive into the LSU Tigers as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester,
Yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo! Welcome in, OTB, here on a Tuesday morning. Jake, Flynn, Alondra, Tate. The gang is all back here with you. How we doing? How
July
we living?
1st.
Oh, it is.
Happy July, buddy. You know what else?
Hold on. No.
Happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Oh,
1.193 million that he
I
gets.
even screenshotted it last night because I know this is one of your favorite days.
I love this day. $1.193 million.
We only have 10 more of these.
Only have
10
10 more.
in 2035.
But I was shocked that we still have 1 decade left of Bobby Bonilla Day.
Like, I mean, how long ago did he get that contract?
I know, famously signed his contract, deferred payment. Yes, I know there's a lot of inflation in the air and blah, blah, blah. It's not worth the same amount of money. Probably should have just taken it all and invested it. But who cares? It's really cool. And little known fact, I didn't know this. There's actually a second Bobby Bonilla Day. Did y'all know this? He signed another deferred contract with the Orioles that pays him $500,000 once a year from 2004 all the way to 2028.
I mean, if Bobby
so that's like 1.1.
He's racking up
if
$1.5
he
million
did it right,
for doing nothing.
693 every year.
I mean, if he did it right, he's still living large.
Oh, I'm sure he did it right.
You know what I mean? He's still living large. He's still getting that money. He guaranteed. He knows every single year it's coming his way. No matter if he's down and out, no matter what, he's getting almost $2 million from those two teams.
I wonder if he's living paycheck to paycheck. Just
true.
Well, I wonder if for like the first 20 years he was like, look, I'm going to live it up, live paycheck to paycheck for the first 15, 20 years of this contract, then I'll save the last 10 years. I'll save it up. Invest in the old retirement.
Do you think he did that?
No, I think
he probably played it a little smarter.
I'm sure he seems like a pretty smart guy to sign that contract when he did.
Yeah, I think so.
But I mean, looking back, hindsight's 2020 always. You're like, well, we'll look at the economy now, blah blah blah, and maybe should have hindsight. But at the time, it's like, yeah, you give me $1 million.
Well, there's been times throughout the Bobby Bow contract that the economy's been good.
Yeah.
So he's hit every peak and every valley.
I was looking at it on Twitter this morning driving in, and like all these nerds were like pumping all these statistical facts about inflation's up like 49.3%, blah blah blah, and they're like, well, yeah, his contract's only worth $660,000 now.
I mean, that's
like,
still 600.
Yeah, but he knows
$660,000 for sitting on the couch,
and then another 500,000.
He knows it's coming
that's
every
still
year.
$1 million. Yeah,
he's gonna be okay. He's gonna do okay.
He's gonna be all right.
And plus,
I wonder if he has
it's
a
not
side
the
hustle.
only money that he made.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's very true. But I was just kind of shocked. I was excited to find out that there is a second Bobby Bonilla Day, which I didn't know about. I'm looking around. Nobody else knew about.
I didn't
How about
think
that?
I knew about it.
$500,000 from the Orioles. He didn't care about getting money. He's like, nah, don't pay me. I'll pay for free. But from 2004 to 2028, you're going to pay me $500,000.
Now, we've seen more people. Like Shohei Ohtani is actually in a contract that's not as long, but it's like this, like a ton of deferred payment. I wonder what made Bobby Bow do that back in the day.
He was playing chess.
Okay, but still, nobody else is doing that, I don't think. What made him do it?
I know. It's kind of like, who was the first person that took wanted some payment in crypto? Was it Russell Okung for Seattle? He wanted some.
That's
he wanted
dumb.
crypto.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's dumb.
Well,
was it?
When you look at
I
it now,
still think it's stupid.
It was like
I
at
don't
5 or
believe
10
in
grand.
cryptocurrency.
No, I get it now,
Yeah.
sure, but like when he retired in what, 2016, 17?
I guess
so
that
like
was, like,
crypto
it's-
was booming at that
Well,
point.
I mean,
like he took that
it is
money
right now
and-
too.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that.
I still think it's a scam.
I saw someone had. Well,
And
I mean,
I agree.
look, I'm with you. If I can't
Yeah.
see it, touch it, hold.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm with you.
I'm
I
not
am
messing
with
with that.
I agree. He probably did come out ahead on that though.
I did
Yeah.
see somebody went to a
Fair.
GameStop and there was some trading cards, something very T-Bob-ish. I don't remember what it was, some magic, something, whatever.
Yeah.
And this guy went to a GameStop and he bought one, and it was old, had like dust on it or whatever. He wasn't thinking anything of it. And it had like this scratch-off card. He's like, oh, that looks kind of cool. And like put it up for like 6-7 months. And he's like, I wonder what's on that. And he goes and he scratches it off, and it was 1 Bitcoin.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, it was 1
Yeah.
Bitcoin,
Wow.
which is worth 6 figures.
Dang.
And so from this like random, because I'm sure like at the
Like
time,
just
they're
randomly
like,
scratched it. Yeah.
whenever it was all the way down, he's like, they threw it in there. There's only like 6 of them in all these boxes across the world, and he just like, I don't scratch that off. He
Yeah,
he
when
saved
was
it 'cause
when
it
was
looked
that
cool.
from? Like, what was the year on it?
I'm not sure.
I mean, it had to have been from like 2010 or something.
I
like
just
that.
yeah, probably so, but I just saw it, and so that's a pretty good surprise.
Yeah, that's pretty big deal.
So sorry, I'm reading about this Bobby Bonilla. Otani's will be $68 million per year starting in 2034. That ain't bad.
It's a little bit better than the 1 million.
A little
and some
tiny
change that
bit.
Bobby Bow
A little bit. Manny Ramirez is still collecting 20. Well, total, it's going to end up being $24.2 million until 2026 from the Red Sox.
Do we think that is smart?
I
Or
think
would
if
y'all
you're
rather all of it up front.
I think it's
No, I
smart
think
on
it's
both
kinda
parts.
smart.
I think it's smart for the team and the player because I mean, think about it. Think about how much money these teams make. They don't care that they have to pay Bobby Bonilla $1.1 million a year. They don't care. That's nothing to them. And then Bonilla gets to chill. He can sit on the couch if he wants. Hey, July 1st, 1.1 enters that bank account. Like, I actually think it works for both sides.
Just in time for 4th of July.
Right.
You can go on a
That's right. A lot of
great
hot dogs.
vacation.
You
Yeah.
can get a new
dogs.
grill
A lot of
every
dogs.
year for
Every
4th
year.
of July.
New Blackstone.
Every year.
Every year.
I want a
new.
Blackstone
Brand new.
so
Don't have to worry
bad.
about it. I don't even really need to clean it and get a new one. July 1st.
That's right.
He uses it once a year, every 4th of July, and then he just gets a new one.
What is your Rain Man brain doing
I'm
over
trying
there?
to-
I see a lot of numbers.
I know. I'm telling you, dude. So I'm looking at this Russell Okung situation. So in 2020, Russell Okung, who was offensive lineman for Seahawks for a long time. I can't remember where he went after
stroke out trying to remember the team you played for?
Well, I kind of try to forget it a little bit.
Touche.
He was on a $13 million salary. He took half of it in Bitcoin at the time.
Okay.
So $6.5 million in Bitcoin at the time.
Risky.
And this was 2020. And at the time, it was one Bitcoin was $27,000.
Okay.
Okay. Current valuation of Bitcoin today, $106,724. So let's see here. That is
quick maths.
Quick math. That is almost 4 times. So that $6.5 million is worth 26 million.
All right, so
right now.
Okay, help me out
so
here.
How do you feel about that, Alondra?
Well, help me out here.
I don't know.
How do I get 26 million?
I don't know. Like,
but how does he cash out of that? Though? Like, just sell it all?
You sell it.
Send
There's
money.
a lot of people willing.
Like, I'm selling it.
So, like,
now.
I just think I just don't personally understand it, so it's not something I would ever venture out into.
Yeah, same.
Well, yeah, most crypto, yeah, you're absolutely right. You just don't do it because you see all these like pump and dumps. You see all these
Haktua coin.
The Haktua coin.
No, we could have invested into that. That one would have worked.
I mean, a lot of listeners out here,
OTB coin.
Kind of remember about the game coin. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Bitcoin is an actual,
I guess you hate money.
Pretty tangible situation these days. But like Russell Okung signed that deal. His $6.5 million that he got in Bitcoin in 2020 now worth $26 million plus the other $6.5 million. So he played for $33 million as an offensive lineman in 2020 in the twilight of his career.
Yeah,
pretty decent.
It was. That's a great point. It was at the end of his career. Like he was signing like one more final deal.
Yeah, and I want to say maybe Odell did a situation like that. There's been other players that have now, since then, I think Russell was the icebreaker, that have negotiated that into their contract and has been a pretty big benefit. How about them maths?
I mean, I'm with you, but I'm also with Alondra. Like
I try to negotiate it here at Guarantee.
Did you?
Yeah.
No way.
No.
Okay, I feel like it was something you would do, so I was like, I kind of believed you for a second.
Matt went in there.
1/64 of a Bitcoin, please.
I like money. I have a little. I keep it on my jar on top of my refrigerator. I'd like to add more to that jar, and that's where you come in.
Yeah.
That was his negotiating deal with Guarantee Media.
So how about 1/64 of a Bitcoin, please?
There's so many things I want to say,
I'll take that
but I'm not.
on a big check, please. One of the big ones?
That guy got one.
That guy got one. There you go. Thank you.
All right.
Man, a lot of sports today.
We do have a lot of guests, including guests that y'all don't even know about because I booked one on the way into the show.
Let's go.
All right,
confirmed.
let's go.
So we're going to have Bill Bender of the Sporting News at 7:30. We're going to have Connor O'Gara of Saturday Down South at 8:15. Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football at 9, and Roddy Jones of ESPN at 9:30. So, great guest today. We'll take our first break of the show. We'll get this thing started when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommies.com, Geaux, Tommy's with a Y.com. Tommy's windows, doors, and siding. And when you go to the website, you will clearly see the difference. They have a great gallery of work that they have done here in the greater Baton Rouge area. Right there, you can check it out. But always remember, if you've got a custom job in your head, they can come in and they can get that done as well. Check out the testimonials from past clients, people in the local community, businesses, homes that they have worked at. Tommy and the team been doing this for a long time, over 30 years of experience. Go to the website today, GoTommies.com.
Tommy's, hang the banners. Angie's List Super Service Award 2016, 17, 18, you name it, all the way. Every single year they're winning awards. Why? Because they work with integrity. They are dependable. They are efficient. Go check them out today. See what they can do. See their testimonials. See their gallery. GoTommies.com.
Of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
We were all down at Margie's bar, telling stories if we had one.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Teardrop rolled down Bubba's nose from the pain the song was inflicting. And all at once he jumped to his feet, just like somebody kicked him. Bubba shot the jukebox last night. He said it played a sad
I don't feel like you're
song.
appreciating Mark Chestnut and Bubba right now as much as you should.
I mean, it's a toe tapper.
Oh, it's way more to toe tapper.
I mean, did you see me? I was dancing, like full body dancing over here. I do that a lot though, especially when I'm hopped up on coffee. I mean, it's not my favorite country song of all time.
I mean, nobody's perfect.
I'm actually don't know if I've ever heard this song.
You've heard this.
I mean, I
You've
probably
heard a lot.
have.
You've heard
but
more Mark Chestnut than you think.
I've heard the song, right? It's probably at
Bro,
some
you're
sort
from
of bar.
Tyler, Texas. You don't think your ass has heard Bubba shot
There's
the
no
jukebox?
way. Every Texan knows this song.
I mean, I feel like it's seared into
You just
the
gotta
core
dust
of
off
my
the cobwebs.
nostalgia somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it's tickling something. I just couldn't tell you the next word on any
Bro,
point.
in Tyler, Texas, there's no way to get into a bar you didn't have to recite the lyrics of the song.
Well, look, I left Texas at 17. Smith County, where I grew up, was a dry county, famously wettest dry county in the state. But to go anywhere, you had to
Dry county?
It was a dry county. So like to go anywhere, like that was a bar for adults. I did. I mean, I was 17. So like you had to like become a air quote like member of that restaurant or bar to like get alcohol and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
That is
Every like county line was chock full of like these big ass liquor stores, so everyone would go to the county line.
You could be a member of a restaurant.
You had to bootleg alcohol?
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
Alvin
Folks
and Ruth
did. Oh
did?
yeah, they absolutely did. It wasn't bootleg. Everybody knew it was up. But it was dry. It's not dry anymore, but it was dry county forever. Even like probably into like to the 2010s, because in Tyler Smith County, Big Liquor was pumping that money into into the county
Big Liquor
legislation
done got in.
to keep Big Liquor was in there, and they kept pumping money to keep it dry. What are y'all laughing at?
You.
Big Liquor.
Big Liquor's funny. Like
Big Liquor.
They've cornered the
like a
market.
double
They've cornered the
entendre.
market. Every state highway leaving Tyler, Texas.
I mean, I feel like you had like old policemen like sitting outside their car with these great mustaches, and if you tried to bring liquor into Tyler, Texas, you were getting arrested. That's what you're painting right now.
Like, you could have it. Like, it wasn't like going into the airport. You got to pour your bottles out when you get into the.
Feels like it.
You just couldn't purchase it there. They couldn't sell it, and they could sell it to you at a restaurant, at a bar, but you had to become a member.
So you could buy it somewhere else, and you'd have to drive it over.
Yeah, like you could.
I've seen this movie.
You could possess it. What is that?
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah. All right. Thought you were gonna talk about Footloose, but they couldn't even dance.
No.
God,
Could you
I
dance
love
there?
that movie.
We could
feel
dance.
like it.
We could dance.
I love Footloose.
No,
There's
so
a no dancing county
We
too.
had, let's see, Fat Dog's Liquor Store, T's Liquor Store. Can't remember what else.
Fat Dogs.
Fat Dogs. Good customer service too, I remember.
On that note, let's go ahead and get this show started.
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
GoFlow IV Spa, GoFlowIV.com. Check them out on Facebook as well. Go see them today. Book your appointment today. It is right on Jefferson near Bocage. We talk about it every single day. The summer heat is here. It is no joke. We all know what it is, and you should be hydrated. You see the number behind me, 225-953-8150.
Not feeling great? Go see them. Whether it's hydration, whether you're sick, whatever, low energy, go get vitamized. Check out their website, GoFlow IV, for memberships, packages, services, whatever you can. Go visit them today. Feel better. Hydrate. GoFlow.
So we are going to head to SEC Media Days. In fact, we will be there.
Credentials and everything.
In less than 2 weeks. Well, maybe not real IDs, but credentials. We'll see.
But there's no
see
chance.
if we can get that.
You got no shot.
Shut your mouth.
Y'all are going to have to road trip it.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, do we have any update?
I'll go with you. We can rent a car.
We don't have a great update. Not yet. Yesterday I had
like
some
that.
other things I had to do.
I got home yesterday.
Wednesday's the day.
Lacey said
Wednesday.
he's got no shot.
Really?
Because she was listening to the show. She knows the time window we're dealing with.
Oh, ye!
2 weeks.
Oh,
I think
ye
you're
of
gonna
little
do it.
faith.
I think you're gonna do it, no problem.
I mean, T-Bob got it done.
T-Bob got it done in 2 days, and it's
Yeah.
T-Bob. He probably forgot the first day.
We're talking about the window you got, the time window you
Right.
have.
Yeah, T-Bob was flying to Chicago
It's
for
not
his new
about,
job.
It's not about days.
That's what I'm saying, though. T-Bob was flying to Chicago 2 days from when he said it and got it done.
Well, they print it out right there.
Yeah, I'm
Like, you could do it. I'm
Good.
just saying your time window that you have like 2 hours.
right. But
Good luck.
thank you. I'll get it done. I'll do off campus from the OMV.
That'd be sick.
Just Skype in.
That would be
People still say Skype. That's still a thing.
You could actually, I don't know.
Doesn't feel like it. Like when we go to media days, that you have to fill out like predictions and where everyone's going to finish in the league.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
And player of the year, first team offense, second team offense, coach of the year.
Okay.
If you get it wrong, Paul Finebaum puts you on blast on TV.
I'll put him on blast.
Paul's never got anything wrong, so
I'll put Paul on blast right here.
And it is something where you can go back and let's see what Matt Flynn said in the preseason, who he put on his first team.
Nice.
It's like, oh, Flynn had
Really?
22
Not
LSU
Arch?
guys.
it pissed me off yesterday. A list came out, and it was like Garrett Nussmeier, second team All SEC. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Somebody went with Lenora Sellers, like whatever. It was Arch Manning. Hadn't played.
Well, because he threw real nice spirals at the Manning Passing Academy.
He did play 2 games last year, so there's that.
I'm excited about it. Like I'm looking forward to Media Day, chopping it up with some other media folks. Heard some of the names.
Matt's gonna be at the water cooler, leaned up. What's up, guys? Sports, huh?
Jeff Levy, right?
Yeah, Jeff Levy. You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
All right. So when it comes to like traditional,
he's all talking to Jeff Levy, like, hey,
what's up with this Jeff Levy guy? What's his deal?
What's his deal? I'm just like reciting Wikipedia facts from them. Did you know he was born in?
To him.
That's kind of what I did for, I'm profiling Cade Klubnik for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You are.
Started with Wikipedia. Sure.
Yeah, you sent us your research, and it was his Wikipedia page.
I'm just gonna sit here like a robot and just read the whole Wikipedia page.
Oh, that'd be a great segment.
And then, he's also pretty good at football.
Yep, can't wait till that happens. Us being the morning show at Media Days, we only get a certain amount of teams. Like a lot of the afternoon shows will go down there that they'll actually record when everybody's down there, and then they can get it and they can play it back. So we'll get all of ours like live, and they'll sit down like right then. Perfect. So, and you really won't know who it is. It's gonna be a little bit, of a guessing game. So
yeah, tell me a little bit about like what to expect though, like throughout the day. So we do our show. We interview as many coaches as possible, players as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do we kind of hang around the rest of the day and get like recordings?
You can.
We can. Okay.
Yes, you for sure can do that. Usually Rivers is there, and you can be like, hey, we want to record with this person. Now, Moscona likes to come sit down as well, so you'll have to tell him, hey, guy, we got until at least like noon, then you can take over.
Yeah.
I actually have to go do another job. So my other show's for 4 hours. I think it's from noon to 4 every day. So I'm leaving it with you, sir, because I only have an hour in between shows.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be recording with any player or coach that's down there.
Totally. Absolutely. It's going to be electric.
I can't wait for you because it happens so quick, and they're like, the handler will come in, they'll be like, it's blah, 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 blah. That's what it sounds like they're talking. Like, you're like, what? Who? And they're just going to sit them down right by you. And you're going to have to figure out who it is.
I don't know how many interviews we'll be getting.
I'm so excited for this. Like, you're going to be the guy to be like, since you grew up in Greenville, what was that like? Just like random.
Tell me about Greenville. How was high school? What's your GPA?
No, because remember, like, T-Bob got somebody's name wrong at Senior Bowl one time.
So it was Liatu Latu.
Yeah.
He thought it was Cameron Latu, the tight end who had graduated the year before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So make sure that doesn't happen.
And
well, he didn't mispronounce it. He just said the wrong
name. The wrong
name.
name.
Like, I can understand you getting
Matt,
that wrong.
a tight end from Alabama, a DN from UCLA, very similar.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the poor kid just went with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
That kind of sounds like a mistake I would make.
Because he was like, what are you doing? Like, you were here last year, right? Like, all this. I'm like,
I know.
You
Now,
only go to the Senior Bowl.
I just remember the whole
T-Bob.
time, like, trying to get T-Bob's attention, like, getting him, like, the big eyes and being like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
And he never caught up. And then,
sent us a text.
T feels so bad when he does something like that.
He even sent us a text and was like, we have Cameron Latu. And I'm like, why? I'm like, all right, let me put up the lower third, like in here. I'll put up the lower third of Cameron Latu. Then I hear y'all talk. I'm like, that's a different guy.
Yeah.
I do want to, when we get a chance to talk to players at SEC Media Day, I told you this a couple weeks ago. Like, I want to just like feel out. We know all these kids are young. We know they were born like early 2000s.
Yeah.
I want to ask them, what high school did Jonathan Moxon play for? And just see if anybody knows.
That's going to be
social media kind
That's going to
of
be your one question.
I want to know if anybody has ever heard of or seen.
We should be getting the list of who's going here pretty soon. Again, I mean,
Gotta be end of this week, beginning of
probably
next.
so. Like, 'cause we're less than 2 weeks away. I am going to say, of all the people there, the only two people I think that have a real chance would be two LSU guys.
Nussmeier from Texas.
Nussmeier from Texas, and then Whit Weeks because he's country with a K.
Yeah.
I feel like he's seen Varsity Blues.
I would think Arch
also
would have a
media.
shot. Going to
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah. Plus his dad's
his
probably,
dad's
yeah.
probably it's got to be. I would hope. So we'll see.
Think you gave Miss Davis a 10?
No. F and 10.
There you go. All right, we will step away, and when we come back, Bill Bender of The Sporting News joins us here on OTB.
Off the bench.
I go to BoudreauxElectrical.com. Right now is the perfect time to have them come out and give you that free Generac quote. Storm season's coming. You want to be prepared. You want to have the ultimate peace of mind. Well, if you have the whole home generator from Boudreaux's, that's exactly what you'll get. It is more power. It is more protection. On the North Shore, 985-397-1562. In the greater Baton Rouge area, it is 225-300-9389. Power your home with Boudreaux's. Go to the website today, BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Storms rolling in. There's nothing like the peace of mind of having that Generac generator on standby, ready to roll if something happens and that power goes out. So be the envy, be the talk of the neighborhood, be the one when a big storm comes through. You be the one with the lights on. So call them today, see how they can on the North Shore in Baton Rouge, BoudreauxElectrical.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
I don't always wake up in the morning, pour myself a
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
Your memory gets to burning, lean back on the bourbon. So
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Always a pleasure to catch up with our next guest. It is our guy, Bill Bender of The Sporting News. At Bill Bender 92 is the handle. Give him a follow on social media. Bill, how you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Bill. So want to kind of go around every conference today and hit the Big Ten and ACC and SEC and really do it like a little bit of a deep dive into all these conferences. And so as we prepare for the Big Ten football season, I was curious because like for SEC Media Day, I think one of the narratives for me is going to be about how the teams that are typically at the top, they don't have a returning quarterback. The teams that are trying to punch up, they do have a returning quarterback. But for the Big Ten, as you get ready for media days, what would you say? Because last year it was Ryan Day, Ohio State. Can they win the big one? What is going to be, in your opinion, maybe some of the main storylines heading into Big Ten Media Day?
Well, I mean, obviously Ohio State coming off a national title with Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs are going to be their attendees. Those are arguably the two best players in college football. I think the lead story, though, might be Penn State do this now. Is it their turn? Ohio State won one. Michigan won one. Michigan will probably get some questions about whatever the NCAA decides about the Connor Stallions case. But I think it really revolves around those three. And then, Oregon, USC, year two in this 18-team monster of a conference. But I do think Penn State, can they do it? They haven't won one since '86. And they've got everybody back. And James Franklin, we've talked a lot about him this summer. What is a successful season for them coming off a semifinal appearance?
For them, I mean, going to the semifinals and having that run and that game coming down to the very end, I mean, it was a very successful season, but it felt like it still left fans certainly wanting more and wanting to take that next step because there's been a lot of good there. I mean, there's been great seasons, in fact, but there hasn't been like that elite championship season, and they do have a lot returning, but how in the world are they going to replace a unicorn like Tyler Warren?
Yeah, I mean, that's one question. Who's catching the football from Drew Aller, a 3-year starter? They've got the running backs, Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, on the other side of the ball, who replaces the other unicorn in Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a unicorn, but you get what I get at. Like that pass rush force that was a top 5 pick. So they did lose their top 2 players. And there's 2 stats that I throw out with Penn State over the last 3 years. Franklin hasn't lost to an unranked opponent, takes care of business there, 5-8 against ranked opponents. Haven't beat Ohio State since 2016, and that's the game right there.
Yeah.
Can they beat Ohio State and Columbus? And I think if they can, then they may have to see them again later. But I mean, that's the game. They've been close so many times. Bobby Carpenter, I know Jake, we talk to him all the time. He'll tell you. I mean, over the last 15 years, you could make a strong argument that Penn State, year in and year out, with the exception of the last 4, has been the stiffer competition for Ohio State than Michigan.
Yep.
Bill, what's up, man? This is Matt Flynn. Pleasure to talk to you, man. It's our first time, so pleasure to have you on the show. We appreciate the time, and kind of stick with Bobby Carper. We had Bobby Carper on the show last week, so I want to ask you about Ohio State. I mean, obviously coming off a championship, huge expectations, one of the top programs each and every year. Going into this season, the outlook on it, like what is, if you're an Ohio State fan and we are a week after the season's over, what to them are they going to sit back and say, all right, that was a successful season? What does Ohio State have to do for the fan base to say, yep, that was a good season?
Beat Michigan. Bobby probably tell you they have to beat Michigan this year. I mean, they won the national title, but there were, and Bobby will probably tell you the same thing, discussions. I was coaching my daughter's basketball team in the winter last year, and you'd have the dads, and I would pull them and say, hey, would you rather beat Michigan or win the whole thing? And this was after they lost, and half of them will say beat Michigan first. That's why that rivalry is different than everybody else. It's not like that, trust me. And Bobby will tell you the same thing. It's just that's the priority. So downplaying the significance of the national championship, though. That was huge for Ryan Day. I think it takes a lot of pressure off him. takes the pressure of that Michigan loss off. But at the same time, this year, if they go 11-0 and then they go up to Ann Arbor and stub their toe, that's going to all rush back. And that's what makes college football so fun, is that you have a team, I'm trying to think for you guys' sake, like, you win a national championship, but you lose to Alabama along the way. I mean, you're going to take the national title. I've watched Alabama win a national title after losing to Auburn. So it can happen, right?
Yeah, Alabama's won a couple of national titles without winning their division in the SEC. That is something they've gotten done a couple of different times. Bill, what about, because I agree, like Penn State, Ohio State, I think those teams are certainly going to be in the conversation. The Oregon Ducks are going to be in the conversation. But who's the chaos agent in the Big Ten? Who's the team that maybe they're not going to be good enough to be top-end talented enough to go win the Big Ten, but they could really mess things up for a lot of the top teams?
Well, we've talked a lot about Illinois, but they're ranked in the top 10 in preseason polls. So I don't think we can call a top 10 team a chaos agent. I just think they're really interesting with what Brett Bielema has coming back. What does Indiana do this year? That's kind of my question. They could be again. I mean, that would probably be my answer, because Kurt Signetti wins. I mean, his record's phenomenal between James Madison and Indiana. If you really think about it, I was like, he's had James Madison in the playoff hunt, and he got Indiana to the playoff. They bring in Fernando Mendoza. They have good pieces coming back on defense, and D'Angelo Pons and Kamara, who had 10.5 sacks last season. And their schedule's tougher this year. So, maybe they pick off Penn State. Maybe they pick off Oregon. I don't think they're going to go 11-1 again. They're going to be in the mix, and it's not just going to go back to 3-9 Indiana.
All right, Bill, I want to ask you something about just kind of a look around the country and something specifically that us LSU fans definitely are interested in, because we have a horse in this race. But the Heisman Trophy odds going into the 2025 season, I mean, we got a long list: Arch Manning, Garrett Nussmeier, Cade Klubnik, Julian Sand, Drew Allar. I mean, there's a list of great players that have been great. Arch Manning's up there, the guy that's played in a couple of games, and he's for whatever. Vegas has him at plus 700 right now, the highest odds. But tell me what you think about the players. What do you think about, I guess, the as good as you can get on these preseason Heisman rankings?
Yeah, it's wide open this year because there's so many new quarterbacks, including Arch and Julian Sayin or whoever starts at Ohio State, and C.J. Carr at Notre Dame. And then, the SEC is the interesting one to me, because which quarterback really takes off? Is it Garrett Nussmeier? Is it a couple popular ones? DJ Lagway, Lenora Sellers? If South Carolina or Florida makes a playoff run, it'll probably be because those guys had a huge season. Is it, Arch at Texas? Does he just take off right away? It's really going to be hard to contain the hype on Arch if he comes up here to Ohio and has a really good game in Ohio Stadium here in a couple months. So I think it's always still a quarterback award. And I don't have this feel of like last year we had Travis Hunter, we had Ashton Genty, and they were just freaky. So, if you're asking me who I think the best player in college football is, I'm going to say Jeremiah Smith. But can he put up the numbers, sharing with Carnell Tate and sharing with others, that allow him to get the Heisman? Marvin Harrison was close. Jackson Smith and Jigba was close. But Ohio State has so many darn good receivers that, you wonder if Jeremiah Smith will have the numbers necessary to do it.
Bill, I do want to ask you an SEC question. Certainly, since we have you here, we're in SEC country. As we get ready to head to media days in less than 2 weeks, kind of what are your preseason thoughts? Because I mentioned it, like Georgia, we don't know about them at quarterback. Alabama, we don't know about them at quarterback. Tennessee, Ole Miss, some of the teams that have won a lot of games over the last couple of years in the SEC, the teams that we feel like we know at quarterback, LSU, South Carolina, Florida, even Vanderbilt, right? They're trying to punch up. They're trying to get to a college football playoff situation. But for you, when you look at the SEC, maybe what are some of your preseason expectations?
Well, my question is parity good for the conference? And in general in college football, it's not, because you want to have one or two I call them hammers or powerhouses, whatever, that are just a little bit better than everybody else. But right now, SEC in our post-spring top 25 has 10 ranked teams. And I have the same questions about Georgia there in Texas. Texas lost a lot of players to the NFL. We're focused on Arch. They lost 12 guys in the NFL draft, including both tackles. Georgia, Stockton's there, but do they? It's hard to say. They're coming off a disappointing season. They won the SEC championship, but how do they react to maybe a more friendly schedule? And then 3 through 10, it's literally Kalen DeBoer in year 2, loaded at receiver. LSU, huge year in the portal, and Garrett Nussmeier is really good. All the way down to Oklahoma they brought in John Mateer, who I'm a huge fan of, and Jaden Ott. So everybody in that 3 through 10 range to me has a chance at the playoffs, and everybody has a reason to be like, I'm not so sure about them, and, including Tennessee with Nico transferring. So I just think it's that idea of parity, and we're still in a 12-team format. So if you go 9-3 in this conference, are you going to be left out of the playoff? And that makes it really hard.
Hey, what about one last one? What about a team like Missouri? Because Missouri and Eli Drinkwitz, all they've really done is win over the last, 4 years. And I realized that they were kind of in their golden age, and they had Luther Burden, and they had Brady Cook, and you go back to Cody Schrader from a couple years ago. Like, they had Theo Wees. I mean, these guys were there for a long time, making a lot of plays. Now that all those players are gone, it feels like literally nobody is even talking about Missouri. But you look at their schedule, Bill, and you kind of look at what they did in the portal. Are we not talking enough about Mizzou?
Probably not. I mean, I think they definitely have enough talent coming back. I think losing the quarterback, and they're going to the portal there, and they do have defense. They lost Burden as well, but he's done a good job recruiting. He's maximizing what he has at Missouri. They're another team, though. I think the problem is their non-conference schedule is really weak for the second straight season, so it's easy to dismiss them, which we did immediately after Texas A&M beat them last year. Yep. So I think that's the fight for respect that Eli continues to fight, and he does get under some fans and coaches' skin sometimes, because he's good for us in the media. We love quotable coaches, but sometimes he makes others angry.
All right, there he is, Bill Bender of The Sporting News. At BillBender92 is the handle. Give him a follow there. Check out his work on sportingnews.com. Bill, we appreciate the time as always, sir. We'll catch up again soon.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me on. Take care.
I want to have a little bit of a Big Ten discussion as we, look, Bill's Big Ten. We got Connor for SEC. We've got Roddy for ACC coming up later in the show. The Big Ten, to me, it does feel like it is top-heavy, but Penn State, you can't go into a semifinal game and not complete a pass to a receiver, not really add any game changers at receiver, and make me think that it's going to be any different. So we'll break down some of the Big Ten when we come back as we head towards college football season here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, we added a new member to the team last week. Very excited to partner with Russell Pool Company. RussellPools.com is the website. Go to the website today, check them out, see what they can do for you. You can find a full list of services right there on the homepage, and we say it all the time, they are the one-stop shop. Construction, maintenance, retail, they do it all, right? You can trust us. You can trust the internet who loves Russell Pools, but also the Tigers trust Russell Pools. Whenever they're trying to get back on the field, rehab, recovery, that's who they trust. Go check out their work, their gallery of work at russellpools.com.
Yeah, Russell Pools, they have been making the most high-quality pools in this area for a long, long time. Now they have new leadership, new ownership. Chris Sanderson and the gang are there doing a great job. They can do everything from design to architecture to building to maintenance, everything. Their number is 225-924-2527, russellpools.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Like nobody I know. I dropped by one Friday night and said, "Can you help me, Creole?"
You heard this song?
Oh yeah, I would say for the first.
Jeez,
it took me till I was probably like 22 to realize he wasn't saying "dust on the bottom." Turn it up real quick. I mean, it sounds like it. I can see it. I mean, it just that's on the bottom.
I'm with you. I thought it was bottom the entire time.
I did never think that because if you listen to the next line,
Well,
what's
I don't.
inside?
I'm all about the hits. I'm all about the beat drop.
Lyrics, not important.
Not important. I mean, when you're growing up, I mean, lyrics are not important at all. Like, you're a kid and you're probably singing like all this crazy nonsense about things kids shouldn't be singing about, but you have no idea what it means. You're just singing dust on the bottom.
I guess, like when you're singing Boyz II Men, like you're not.
Yeah, you don't know what you're really singing.
Yeah, well, you're singing Candy Shop by 50 Cent.
Yep.
You don't know what you're saying.
Back that thing up.
Yeah.
Candy Shop's a banger.
It is. But
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have been singing it when I was
No,
like
probably
8.
not. Probably not.
I used to walk
The
around my
Hangover
house.
has ruined that song for me.
I did used to walk around my house in middle
I'm
school,
gonna
like
sing The
saying,
Hangover like that too.
"Girl, you look good. Back that thing up." Had no idea what it meant.
There was a Jay-Z song.
Unless you're talking about a truck.
Do y'all remember the Jay-Z, "Can I Get a What?"
Yeah.
I told this story before, but so I get that from, the mall, whatever, and I'm coming back, and it was a catchy tune. Like, "Can I get a what?"
Sure.
And so, like, I'm going to play it, in the house. I don't think anything. Well, I didn't even know that there was another version of the song. Didn't know that. I just thought it was like, can I get a what? So I go and I put it on the boom box. That's right. The boom box, load that puppy on top.
Parental advisory little sticker.
Yeah, but I guess I didn't even, you know it was. You didn't even think about it. And you put that thing on, turn it up to 11. Can I get a FU? And I was like, oh, God. And I just knew. And
somebody
Jake!
was coming.
Oh, sorry about
so
that.
we would always have to go get our singles at Walmart. Because at Walmart, you couldn't sell anything that wasn't parental advisory. True. So you could go there and get
everything was clean, yeah.
Everything was clean. They felt comfortable about. But yeah, but once the old CD burning days started, I don't know, what was that? Freshman in high school. This was like 2001 when people started ripping CDs and putting MP3s on.
Yeah.
That's when, you could get around that parental. You really just like spreading your wings and flying then.
I had a buddy in high school. I mean, and we went to a small Christian school, but, you know, he couldn't listen to secular music. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know. But this man had to hide his techno CDs. I'm like.
It's because he went to an evangelic high
school?
school?
Do you have to do it? Yes. Why do you have to hide? Those don't have words, my guy. It's just beats. Why do we have to hide those?
That's vibes. The devil's music.
Why are we what are we doing?
The devil made them beats.
The devil made them.
It's crazy. I'm like,
my dad used to not let me listen to the hip hop station when I was growing up. So like we
just on the FM radio?
Yeah. And so we would get in the car without him and we'd put it on the hip hop station and then switch it back to like the country station.
In Shreveport, I think I have this right. KMJJ 99.7 was the hip hop station.
It was 93.3.
Mine was 102.7 The Blaze, which was brand new, like I think when I was in 7th or 8th grade.
The Blaze.
Then we had 101X. That was the alternative station.
94.5 The Big Dog played the hits.
The Big Dog.
The Big Dog.
It's a good one.
Big Doggy.
I'm trying to think. Ours is our like pop station was 107.3. Oh, I'm just blanking on it, what it was.
But if you're listening in Shreveport, you should be listening to 11:30 a.m. The Tiger.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
And it's the future.
It's true. It is very much the future.
Wait, that's what it's called?
Well, no, it's the afternoon show
in Shreveport. It's the future in Shreveport right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it's like a whole like Matrix situation.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. Connor O'Gara coming up in hour number 2, OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com, Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. If you've got something going on, if you have an issue that you've been dealing with, you should not have to deal with said issue. All you have to do is go to the website, yourgoodwood.com, bottom right corner of the website, book your consultation today. Go see them, go have a conversation, talk it through, because they are going to help you feel like your youthful self again. But they can't do that if you don't get the consultation set up. Live life without fear and embarrassment. Yourgoodwood.com.
Man, we are talking to you. Go to yourgoodwood.com. Schedule a consultation. There are issues out there. It is natural. It is okay. Go out there, risk-free, embarrassment-free. Go talk to them about how they can help you. Go to their website, see their pricing, see their services, everything that they do. Get right at yourgoodwood.com.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Tuesday, July 1st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 92. At hour 2 of today's show, Connor O'Gara hops on at 8:15 to preview the upcoming 2025 SEC football season. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Welcome back in, OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Jake, Flynn, Alondra, Tay all here with you. What are you doing over there, Matty?
Hour 2, baby. I'm scanning a card over here. A sports card. Football card. Got a fresh shipment in the mail yesterday. I brought him over for Jake to see. I knew he'd be really excited about this one.
Oh, it's my cousin.
It's your cousin.
Devin.
Check this out. Devin Hester. Greatest kick returner of all time. Check this out. Look at that. Half of it, him with the Bears. Half of it, the Falcons.
Greatest kick returner of all time.
I don't know.
He's in the 3 that I would probably argue.
All right. Prime time?
I don't know. I don't know if he did it enough.
All right, well, give me the 3.
Deshaun Jackson.
Okay.
Devin Hester. And Dante Hall. Play for the Chiefs.
Surprisingly, I did know that.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Hey-o.
What?
So I believe Hester leads the he leads with the most touchdowns. I'd have to look it up on. I can't remember if it was punt return or kick return.
Did I catch him from behind when we played the Bears one time?
Wow.
I did.
Was he hurt?
No.
You don't know that.
He was in the open field, and this Hester won. Just saying.
Got him.
Yeah.
Did you talk that ish?
We were getting our butts kicked, so probably not.
So no.
And Deshaun Jackson made me fall like I got shot from the top of the stadium. Straight on my face.
Speaking
Joshua
of,
Cribbs was a dog.
Yeah, he was really good.
Cribbs was like
he was tough.
the only player
Percy
on the
Harvin was
Browns
good.
that could score, and he was a returner.
Yeah, he was wild because he was not like an electric athlete. He just looked, his movements didn't seem like they were really fast.
But
He was kind of stiff, ran up high. He was a taller guy, so he didn't look like he was moving that fast.
What's his name before they moved him to running back? Like Cordero Patterson was actually a really good returner early in his career. I mean, he's what, 6'4", 230?
Yeah. He had some moments, didn't he?
Percy Harvin was elite as well. Seahawks, Vikings. I got him more with the Vikings than I did the Seahawks. But he was he in Seahawks?
I don't know if our sports knowledge like goes back enough to like talk about some of the old heads that were returners. So if you got any,
Gail Sayers was like a really good returner.
Billy White Shoes.
Brian Mitchell. Do y'all remember him? Played for the Redskins for a long time. The Eagles. He's got the most return yards in NFL history.
I just go to primetime because I grew up watching the Cowboys. So it's like, I remember if they never punted it to him, like he would always get back there. They would just punt it out of bounds, punt it out of bounds, punt it out of bounds. And then when they did, it was like, hold your breath.
Look at you, Hunt. Eric Metcalf, I'm proud of you.
Let's go.
Former Charger.
So speaking of like
Darren Sproles, he's pretty good back there.
Super fast people that are electric when they get the ball in their hand, and he has done some returning and been pretty good at it. Tyreek Hill's pretty fast and kind of in the news right now because this offseason he's been doing a lot of different track meets.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of made it public that he wants to try to compete in the 2028 Olympics and run the 100-meter dash. So he's been going to these different track meets, running 100-meter dashes. He's like publicly called out, probably like a little bit jokingly, called out the gold medalist for like Noah Lyles. Who ran like a 9.72 or something like that. I can't remember.
Which is
smoking.
My car.
So I believe this past weekend he ran in a track meet in Texas. Tyreek Hill, professional football player, wide receiver, ran a 10-10 100-meter, which is his personal best. His previous personal best was a 10-1-5 earlier this spring. So he got a little bit better.
Yeah.
And he actually
a 10-1.
A 10-1, sorry.
Like if you hear that more commonly.
So he did beat Noah Lyles' brother in this. So he's coming. I don't know to what end he's trying to do this. I know he's made a lot of very out there statements about what his second profession could have been at one point and what he wants to do. But yeah, I don't know if he's serious or not, but good Lord, a professional wide receiver that doesn't run track full time is just really fast.
Yeah.
Ran a 10-1.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
That's what we call picking them up and putting them down.
Yeah.
It's pretty fast. Another track guy inside the chat gets a little mention here. Tim Dwight ran track for Iowa and then was a legit returner for the Falcons and Chargers. I mean, I told y'all my story. The hardest guy for me to tackle was Julian Edelman in the return game. Just would not go down. It's like, hey, guy, chill out. Just get tackled.
Just go down.
Just
quit
what are we doing here?
Quit being so little and competitive.
Stop being try-hard white guy and just go down. All right? Jeez and Pete.
That's what people felt like when they tackled you. They're like, man, these little bow-legged knees, they kind of go backwards. They just
never stop.
They just won't touch the ground.
You know who Wes Welker didn't return in the NFL? In college, he had the record for a long time, I think,
Texas
for punt
Tech,
returns
right?
for touchdown.
Interesting.
In NCAA history.
I'm sitting here looking at Cordero Patterson's numbers because we were talking about him as a returner. This is kick return only. He's been in the league 12 years and has 8,200 return yards and 9 touchdowns.
That's wild.
I did not realize he was that good.
9 touchdowns from kick returns?
He has an NFL record.
He's only
for kick
returned
returns.
1 punt in his NFL career. Like, this is all kick return.
Who's got the most punt returns?
I think it's Devin Hester. We're looking it up now. We're angry typing. We are like airport attendant typing right now.
Yeah.
Well,
Cordero
I take it
Patterson.
back, so it's not great for your boy here.
Patterson has had 1,000 kick return yards 3
Devin
times
Hester,
in his
not
career.
even close.
Yeah,
Devin Hester 14.
It's a
Eric Metcalf has 10. Brian Mitchell has 9.
Brian Mitchell has the most yards he couldn't get one more, 4,999 yards. One more. Come out of retirement right now.
You know who shut down Devin Hester?
I'm going to guess. You.
No. Well, yeah. The LSU Tigers. We played him in the Peach Bowl.
2005. Ever heard of it?
The only time you didn't suck. I'm kidding. There's a time or two after.
This guy.
You're pretty
This
good in that
guy
game.
right here.
Do you remember who the quarterback was in that game going against you?
Sure do. Kyle Wright.
Yep. Who was the number one quarterback in the country?
Number one quarterback in my my signing class.
Remember they moved Devin Hester to running back that game, and they kept trying to like get him on a toss sweep and like get him to the edge, and like LaRon and all these guys were sitting there waiting on him, like.
Yeah, keep doing that play. Keep doing that one.
Actually,
I don't remember anything about that game that I wasn't a part of because I was so focused, locked in, getting yelled at probably by Jimbo on the sideline, on the phone.
Now, Flynn, tell me why.
Why?
Tell me why you do that.
Why?
Did you ever tell Jimbo why? Yeah, he always asks.
I don't know if he ever let you really tell him why. You'd start a sentence, then he'd finish it for you. But that was the worst feeling. You come off the sideline after a bad play or like a 3 and out or whatever. You sit down on the sideline with, whether it's James Coley or Tracy or whoever it was, and you'd hear, that was the telephone on the sideline ringing. And you knew, based on, like, even the ring sounded angry. You knew picking it up. Yeah, Coley or whoever it was like, it's for you. I'm like, oh, man. You just get an earful. Exactly. Why?
In that game, Melvin Oliver, 5 tackles for LSU. Ollie Highsmith, 5 tackles. Ronnie Prude had 4 tackles. LaRon Landry had 4. Claude Roten had 4. How about some of these names? Glenn Dorsey had 3. Derry Beckwith. Dougie had 2. Chevis Jackson. Kyle Williams. Cameron Vaughn.
How about a defensive line with Melvin Oliver, Claude Roden, Kyle Williams on it?
It's pretty good. And Glenn Dorsey was rotating.
Decent.
Who's
Just
the
a
other,
rotational
who's the
player.
other end? Who's those other end?
Was it Kirsten? Kirsten
Probably,
Pittman?
yeah, Kirsten
Pittman?
Pittman, yeah. Who Kirsten played for he played 6 years in college before it was cool to play 6 years in college.
Well, so he was my signing class in 03. Shout out, #1 signing class in the country. No big deal. Probably not at all because of me. Kirsten Pittman, though, was a true freshman who played a lot. One of the people that you don't think of, played a lot in the 03 as a true freshman. That defensive end.
And then he was here after us.
He had some injuries. But he was one of the guys that did. He got 2 rings.
You did as well.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Me, Sean Jordan, Xenon, Kirsten Pittman, Will Arnold. Who else? Zinger.
Wayne Bowe. I have it right here.
Well, no, Bowe wasn't on 07, though.
Bowe did not. He wasn't on 07.
Oh, no, I just meant your 03 signing class.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That 03 signing class, that's some studs. Allie Broussard, Craig Davis, Dwayne Bowe.
Who was the
LaRon
highest
Landry.
rated guy in the 03 signing class?
Probably Jamarcus. Might have been Jamarcus.
I thought you said you had it right in front of you.
This doesn't have stars next to their name.
We had Jesse Daniels, Jonathan
looking.
Xenon.
Yeah. That's a stat class.
It was a stat class.
At least you didn't bring your class down like I did.
Patty Fisher, scholarship punter. I remember seeing the highlight films of him kicking because we had this highlight film that they played at the bash,
Bayou Bash.
The Bayou Bash. So they played that every year, and like our highlight film, they gave it to all the recruits that signed, and it was like such a cool highlight film. But Patty Fisher was there punting it, and there's like nobody at Maryland football, high school football games. And there's nobody in the stands. There's just trees all around him, and he's punting from like his own 20-yard line and just punts it out of the stadium into the trees.
Yeah,
I'm like good
Looks
Lord.
like Justin Vincent was the highest in this class.
He was technically a year ahead, but he gray-shirted, so I think he counted towards it. But I don't think he counted towards our class during the actual signing day when they like graded. But
Craig Davis then.
Yeah, Craig Davis was.
Say Buster.
He was a high 4-star.
Most impressive highlight tape still to this day, Sean Jordan. Running over these little El Paso defenders that were trying to tackle him. They
Stiff
had
arms,
no
jumping.
chance.
Like, he's about 4 times everybody's size on the field.
Faster, bigger, stronger. I don't know that we could find a way to pull that up, and it'd probably be too grainy to even figure out who was who.
And just remember about Sean Jordan, state champion wrestler in Texas. He also defeated the Oklahoma state champion in wrestling in high school. Wanted to wrestle in college as well as play football.
Yeah.
And, this day and age, or that day and age, there wasn't a lot of access to the old internet machine.
Certainly not for Sean. Like, Sean grew up, like, literally, like, in El Paso, worried about, like, football and family, and, like, wasn't online searching things.
Yeah, so I think when he committed, he was deciding between us and Nebraska, right? Because Nebraska,
like Oklahoma State, or one of those.
That was like a really top wrestling program. Play football. And then what did Derek Dooley tell him?
Derek Dooley, the running back coach at the time, told Sean that LSU had a wrestling team, and that he could do both. He could wrestle and he could play football at LSU. What Derek Dooley forgot to add to the wrestling team was it was a club wrestling team that you could do for fun and not for actual competition.
We got a rec league.
And again, Sean didn't know any better, and it wasn't something you could easily find. And so Sean committed to LSU based off that information, and he didn't find out there wasn't a wrestling team until he got to campus. And you might be like, well, he didn't talk to the coach. I never talked to Jimbo or Derek Dooley in my recruiting. I only talked to Kirk Dahl and Coach Saban. That was it. It was a different time back then.
I guess technically not a lie from Dooley. A little bit of an embellishment.
That was a club wrestling team.
But certainly you'd think there might be a follow-up question to Dooley on it. Maybe I take a visit, see the wrestling tights or anything. Like, what color are the tights?
You know SJ, though. You know Sean.
Oh, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. I'll do it. All right. We'll catch up with Connor O'Gara Saturday down south when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to PelicanRoof.com. PelicanRoof.com is the website for, you guessed it, Pelican Roofing. Now, Pelican Roof is in both Lafayette and Baton Rouge. And we tell you that all the time because they're not driving back and forth. They are there, boots on the ground in both of those local communities. If you want to see what they can do for you as well in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, go to PelicanRoof.com. Instant roof quote. Right there on the homepage, top right corner. You put in your address, your home, your business. It's going to give you an outline of your roof and give you an idea of what it would cost for you to replace said roof. Go to the website today, PelicanRoof.com.
Yeah, high-quality roof, high-quality people. Go to their website, see their reviews. They have 500-plus five-star reviews. The meanest place on earth is the internet, but not for Pelican Roof. They are tried and true. They're going to give you a great product. 0% financing for up to 21 months on all qualified buyers. Go visit them today, PelicanRoof.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
But darling, there ain't no getting over me. Well, you can say that you need to.
All right, hopefully catching up with Connor O'Gara Saturday down south here in a couple of minutes. What did your card scan tell you? Are we doing well? Are we doing bad?
Let's see here.
If you want to, by the way, at Off the Break LA, if you want to check out cards on Instagram or Twitter, a lot of stuff out there.
A lot of stuff, man. We are
a lot of LSU players, a lot of Saints.
Yeah, we didn't know a couple weeks ago that this sports card world would take us where we are now, but we're in it.
Here we are. Did we get Connor, or is he?
No, but I'm texting him right now.
Wow.
Choo. Starts getting close to media days. Got to start feeling themselves a little bit.
They start feeling themselves.
Must have got like a little new outfit for media days, you know.
Getting it tailored right now.
Went to the mall. Got him a little button up, some khakis, some new shoes. Maybe got a haircut.
The pleats? How many pleats?
2.
Do people still wear the pants with, like, what are the cuffs at the bottom? Is that what it was? When they were kind of rolled up? But that's how you did it.
I bet Harbaugh does.
I remember putting those on.
How did he not have, like, a signature khaki?
I'm sure he did.
I don't remember seeing that.
How many startup khaki companies tried to get him in as on the
ground floor?
Ground floor investors? Possibly you.
I
remember going to Sunday school at Green Acres Baptist Church with those khakis from Dillard's. Bottom of it rolled up a little bit. My Doc Martens.
Was it the place to be?
Looking fine, you know.
Nah. In your dry county?
In my dry county, that's right.
All right, so like I said, hopefully we can catch up with Connor. We were trying to get you ready, kind of get your mind right for SEC Media Days as well. Like we're trying to prepare you because this is your first time. And on the first day is the LSU day. So
I'm more of a crammer, though. I like to cram last minute.
I don't love that. Are you going to be on the plane?
Kind of like my what?
You're going to be on the plane and you're going to be stealing my notes, cheating off my paper, looking at all my stuff?
No, I'm not even then. It'll be at the hotel the night before. And then, like, we'll be hanging out, having a good time, a couple pops, and all of a sudden you'll be like, wait, where'd Flynn go? Irish goodbyes all day.
Oh, that's you?
Oh, yeah.
You're an Irish goodbyer? Oh, okay.
Not in the middle of something fun, but, like,
All
if
right.
it's starting to wind down a little bit.
You don't want anybody else to like, leave because of you?
Well, you don't want to be like, there's a lot of people. You don't want to say, like, if you start one goodbye, then you got to say goodbye to, like, 20 other people. So it's just like, I'm doing everybody a favor. Right. I'm out.
My guy. Gotta dap
Later.
everybody
All
up.
right, man, we'll see you later. All right,
Yeah.
hey, hit me up. Stay in touch.
I don't think anybody's saying stay in touch.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You're all there together.
Hey, make sure you hit me. The last
Guys,
day.
I have Connor.
You have Connor?
I got Connor.
All right, awesome.
We don't wanna
Connor
keep talking
O'Gara,
awkward
Saturday down
conversations.
south.
I'm like, okay, y'all be quiet.
Oh, well, I mean, he's over here bro-dapping people saying we'll catch up soon. Connor, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Apologies. You know, sometimes even when you, what is it, like 9? Apparently not great. So apologies on my end for that.
All good. Connor, I was trying to explain to Flynn, this is his first SEC Media Day, so he's going in, kind of blind a little bit for the first time. He's never been either. Like, he's never seen the crazy circus. Would you have any advice for Matt Flynn as he gets ready to head to his first media days?
Any sort of expectation you have about SEC and the numbers that
we're losing Connor
is.
Oh, hey, let's just see if we can call Connor back. Oh, man.
I was kind of on the edge of my seat. I wanted some advice.
No, I was too.
I was ready.
Did Gordy forget to pay the phone bill?
Come on.
What happened here? Is that an internet issue? Is that a phone issue? I don't know. Landlines.
I think we got Nextel here?
Is the landline like can you like unplug it and like like old video games used to blow in the video game? Like, do you do that like with the old phone and then put it back into the wall?
Oh yeah,
because that worked on video games no matter what.
Hold it up to the ceiling fan. That was spinning so fast it was shaking.
I never what?
So I did.
Never pulled that move.
Oh yeah,
that's not something I ever did.
Well, sometimes you had to cool it down too, so you couldn't just blow in it to get the dust out.
Yeah,
you had to cool it down.
All right, we'll see if Connor blew into his cell phone and has it working now. Connor, can you hear us?
I can hear you the whole time. For the record, look, I'm just gonna. That's what I do.
All right, it's a little bit choppy. We'll see. We'll see if we can we get your answer on Flynn and his expectation for media day again?
To be ridiculous. This talking season.
That's our Connor. We're losing you again. Oh my gosh. It's all right. It's all right. Well, tell Connor. I'll just we'll take the blame. Just hit our chest.
That's on us.
That's on us.
That's on us.
That's on us. Even though it might be him, it might be the cell phone. I don't really know.
I'm joining Connor later on his podcast, though.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Sure. Saturday Down South podcast. Check it out. Well, maybe that's what he did. He's sabotaging the phone lines because he doesn't want to give any good information.
That's smart.
Here, and he wants to save it for the podcast.
Hey, it's okay. We know how to adapt. We know how to adjust. We're flexible over here. We can change direction like that.
I really did want to hear kind of what his advice to you is going to be. So
I know I'm a little disappointed. You're doing your show from 12 to 4.
Why? Did you not know that? Do you think I was just going to be off?
Well, what do you usually do?
It's 2 to 5
2 to 5
Central, so it'd be 3 to 6 because we're going to be in the Eastern time zone. I want to go ahead and get out in front of that as well, bud.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Which is good. Like, if you're in the Eastern time zone, you're not going to oversleep because, I don't feel like.
No.
So the show,
unless you keep me out too late.
So the show,
all the media folk.
The show is going to start at 8.
You did that 1 hour math pretty good right there.
So,
dude, the wheels were spinning harder than they should have been.
I was thinking like Pacific,
So
Mountain, Eastern time zone.
real quick, he said he can do Zoom. So do we want to break, try to get him on?
Look at you.
And
That's
then do we want to do
All right,
this?
let's do this. Let's break on time, not early, but actually on time. We'll send Connor the Zoom link. We'll have him on video. And I hope the information's good because I'm really wanting to hear it. And if it's just do your best, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Good luck
Connor
out there.
O'Gara, when we come back, OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. Centralplumbing.org is the website where you can check out information about going tankless with a tankless water heater. You can check out what they can do for you in the remodel game. You can find that 24/7, 365 weekend, game day, holiday. Phone number 225-925-8552. Not only in emergencies, though, as I said, they can help you whatever that you kind of dream up as far as your remodel, big, small, whatever it might be. Centralplumbing.org.
Yeah, if you are thinking about maybe building a house, maybe renovating your current house, remodeling, whatever it is, give them a call. See how they can help you, whether it's moving the water lines, putting in a new bathroom. How about gas lines? If you putting in a grill outside, whatever it is, they can fix you any of your plumbing needs. Also, 24/7 emergency service, no matter the time, no matter the day. 225-925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Pin.
I brought flowers to your door last night.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Connor just wanted to see us. It wasn't anything going on with the phone. He just wanted to hang out. He wanted to see us. Connor, what's going on, sir? How you doing? How you living?
I'm doing well. Can you guys hear me now?
We got you now.
Can you see me now?
Good.
We
That's
got
great.
you now. I'm going to blame it on us. I think our boss forgot to pay the phone bill or something. I'm not going to say it was you. You're always prepared. I'm just going to hit our chest. Like I said, it's on us. We'll take the blame.
Look, all that matters is that we're here now. Apologies if it was on my end. We try and work through. That's the gritty mindset. That's how
right.
we're wired.
That's right. Too gritty to be pretty. All right. We got to hear this information, though, because you started it like two different times. We were like left on a cliffhanger there. Matt Flynn, first time media day. LSU's right out of the gates, too. As you know, they are the first team there. So he doesn't have time to ease into this. Any advice?
Head on a swivel. the amount of media that covers this thing is unbelievable. I mean, it really is. Like, it is truly. Been to other media days, I used to go to Big Ten media days every single year, but the amount of SEC media that is at this thing that will care about talking season this much will still be really hard to process. At least it was for me the very first time. And just know we'll be flying. I mean, the amount of things that you will hear over the course of the week, I'm sure, friend of the program, Roman Harper, is going to tell us why like South Carolina is going undefeated this year or something like that. These are the types of things that unfold during talking season in the SEC. Nobody does it quite like the conference, where it does just mean more.
So Connor, is this, so I'm getting warnings from everybody, a heads up, like, man, you're going to be there all day. You're going to get pulled in a lot of different directions, asked, everybody's going to ask you to be on their show, but that's just kind of how it goes. But is this kind of like a red light, green light frat sorority party where like I got like a necklace or something, hit the green if I'm available, flip it to red if like don't talk to me right now, like a do not disturb button?
Yeah, something like that would be really good. I've actually never done something quite like that, but that's actually a really good idea, because the amount of times that I've had to like go in my phone and be like, hey, what do I have at 10:30 on this day? I don't know. I got to figure this out. That's actually really smart. Then you send that message to the rest of the world, just letting them know, maybe hat forward or backwards. I know, Hester, you're a big hat guy at media days, depending on which way you have it. I'm not sure if you want to go to the side full Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but whatever needs to be done to let people know that you're available, you're not available, because you're exactly right. You will be pulled in every single direction at all times. You kind of just show up at 7:30, whenever it is that you guys got to be there to be able to get your show going. And then by the time you sign off at 5, 6 o'clock, whatever it is, you're like, wait, what did I do today? Oh yeah, I've been talking for the last 9 hours nonstop on different stations. It's just kind of the name of the game, 4-day grind, and we embrace all of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like having the fact that I can be like, oh, I would do the interview. I got to go do the other show though, which is true. Which is true. I got 4 hours of another show. So I'm doing 7 every single day, but I kind of avoid the car wash because I got to get to the other show. And, it's a good excuse to have.
It really is. And look, if you're antisocial, this is not the event for you. It's just not.
It's not.
There is a certain standard that you're just going to be talking, and you'll be talking with other people that are very, very close to you that you'll probably hear something that's like 3 or 4 feet away from you at another table. And you'll be like, wait a minute, that just totally threw me off to hear this person say that Billy Napier is going to get fired in week 4. Yeah. And then you kind of have to just regroup and just keep it rolling. But this is the hand that we play. The good news is that it means college football is almost here. And that's look forward to, above all else, at SEC Media Days, being able to see everybody and know that college football is 5-6 weeks away, depending on when we wrap this thing up.
Oh man, this sounds like Squirrel Seer's like worst nightmare right here. It's people talking close, distracting. So I'm like an infamous diagnosed Squirrel Seer over here. So yeah, it'll be entertaining. It'll be must-see TV for sure. If they just had like a camera follow me the whole time, I'm sure it'd be like a roller coaster of emotions happening. But let's dive into the SEC. Talk about let's just get a broad stroke overview of leading into the season. Kind of what your thoughts are on the top teams and how if we're no predictions or anything, but just the beginning of the season with the top teams.
Well, my prediction for the past month has been LSU national championship. So I realize where I'm saying this, and we're on the record. We get it on the record early. Just so by the time that's the other thing is I like going into SEC Media Days knowing how I feel about specific teams, so that I'm not just gassing everybody up and saying that everybody's going to win at least 9-10 games, because Lord knows that can't happen. But I do think that there will be a sense of urgency for the SEC contenders, because no matter who you are, you can spin it as we're right there. And I wonder how that's going to impact a team like Georgia, which, coming off of consecutive years in which it missed the college football playoff semifinals after being the preseason number 1, how much is that reflected with the offseason that they've had, with the portal urgency that they've had? What about a team like Texas, that is the only team in college football that consecutive semifinals heading into this year? How much is that sense of urgency there, even though everybody's going to be talking about the start of the Arch Manning era? And then a team like Alabama that everybody is pointing and laughing at, everybody's calling their shot, whether they're Thomas Castellanos or Diego Pavia. You don't have to be 5'10" to call out Alabama apparently anymore. And I can say that because I'm 5'8", but there are just a lot of people that are saying, hey, now is the time for Kalen DeBoer to show that he is capable of being the Nick Saban successor in Tuscaloosa. So I do think that sense of urgency is going to be really interesting to see from all of these programs that, look, you don't have to spin it, in some weird way. You were on the outside looking in of a national championship, and in the SEC, that's more than enough to be able to kind of get the fire started in the offseason.
Connor, who takes the biggest step back from where they were a year ago, and who takes the biggest step forward?
There's part of me that wants to say Ole Miss takes the biggest step back, but I think that's a little bit unfair because I'm an Austin Simmons believer. I do think that if you put he and Tua Tagovailoa in the same room together, you wouldn't be able to, even though there is a little bit of a height difference, but both lefties, and I swear they have to be related in some way, shape, or form. And the fact that this is a guy that is 19 years old who has already graduated college is just an absurd thing. And I do think that defense is going to regress this year. So Ole Miss is kind of the obvious candidate, but South Carolina might be a little bit more obvious, even though they have the thing that they have lacked in so many years, which is the returning stud quarterback. And they've got a guy on the defensive side of the ball in Dylan Stewart that might be one of the 10 best defensive players coming back in college football this year. But go ask 2022 Alabama what it's like when you have that stud edge rusher and that unbelievable quarterback. You can have those two things working in your favor and have all this. It's really difficult if you don't have that complete team. And as we know, 2022 Alabama did not make it back to the college football playoff that year with Bryce Young and Will Anderson. So I think that South Carolina is the team that is probably most likely to regress, just because I think they played at such an absurd out-of-body level during the latter half of last season.
Yeah, and they got a guy, a really great guy under center as well. So I kind of want to switch over to the quarterbacks because I'm always going to lean heavy on the quarterbacks. We all know you can have the greatest team in the world, but if you don't have a guy under center calling the plays, directing the offense, then your odds of winning championships at least go down significantly. So we got a lot of top guys in the SEC that are in the short list for the preseason Heisman rankings. So a lot of returners, but we always know that there is somebody that doesn't get the preseason hype, maybe a newcomer in the quarterback rooms at some school that busts out and has a bust out year. Is there anybody like that you see in the SEC this coming year?
There's a lot of buzz about Ty Simpson. Now, maybe Ty Simpson is too obvious, but somebody that hasn't started at the college level, that was a former 5-star recruit who's now entering year 4 at Alabama, who stuck with that coaching staff. Maybe he's the guy that, kind of emerges, that he's not going to be in these way too early top 5 quarterbacks. I'm fascinated by Marcel Reed too at Texas A&M, a guy that is kind of in that maybe second or even third tier, depending on what you look at. And in Colin Klein offense, I'm really bullish. They returned that entire offensive line. This is a ground game that if they can get Le'Veon Moss back, coming off the torn ACL that he suffered at South Carolina last year, this could be one of the best 10 ground games in all of college football. There's a of hype for Reuben Owens, who was hurt last year and then returned late in the season. Marcel Reed is a guy that you should not sleep on, especially if Casey Concepcion steps in from NC State and is that go-to receiver that he looked like he was as a true freshman a couple of years ago. A&M is a team that, look, nobody's going to sit here and pencil in A&M to get to an SEC championship. That's a program that has not played in a conference championship game in the 21st century, not just since they've joined the SEC. But I think Marcel Reed is so intriguing because the pieces around him are really, really favorable. And he's kind of being slept on as that guy that, oh, you know what, he's not necessarily in that top tier, but he showed a lot of in that first year, I guess, if we can even call it that, as a starter in College Station.
Connor, we were talking earlier about Mizzou, and it feels like we're not having a Mizzou conversation. Nobody is, good, bad, or indifferent. Like, nobody's talking about Missouri. And if you look over the last 4 years, they've been one of the most consistent programs in the SEC. You know I love my guy Drink, but like the golden age of Missouri football, Luther Burden and Brady Cook and Theo Weiss and Cody Schrader, all those guys are now gone. That's just the offensive guys. Not even talking about the first-round picks they've had on defense. Why are we not talking about Missouri?
Well, I mentioned this to you, I think it was last week. Their schedule is a joke. Their schedule for an SEC schedule, guys, look at this. You don't see a single team on that schedule that won 10 games last year. They don't game until week 8. How in this year of college football is that even possible that they don't have a road game until week 8?
That's crazy.
Yet, like, they have one game in a non-bordering state. Their schedule's just weird. It's just really weird. And look, people gave Indiana a lot of crap last year. As an Indiana grad, I had to kind of take it on the chin for that schedule. Indiana was playing the 2 teams that played in the previous national championship. You look at Mizzou's schedule, and if Mizzou is all of a sudden in contention in November, we're going to have these conversations, and Craig Sankey's going to be going, wait a minute, I did all this campaigning about how difficult SEC schedules are, and you look up at Mizzou's, and you're kind of like, wait a minute, that is as manageable as it gets for an SEC slate. And you're seeing that divide because there are a lot of teams in the SEC that obviously don't have that benefit. A team like Arkansas has one of the most difficult college football. Florida as well, I'd put in that category. But Mizzou, we could be talking about them a lot more if they're able to navigate what is a really, really favorable start to their schedule. Obviously, Bo Prabula's got to be that dude coming over from Penn State. And if Ahmad Hardy looks every bit as good as he was last year when he was a 1,300-yard rusher at Louisiana Monroe, we'll be having those conversations about this Mizzou team not having any sort of big-time regression.
Connor, I can't tell you how much I'm rooting against Missouri because the guy across the table from me cannot stop talking about them. Like, that's all he talks about outside of LSU. So I'm going to ask you like a question that's going to make
Connor
him
knows I fall in love with one team like that every offseason.
It's usually Kentucky, but Kentucky can't be that team right now. Like
No.
Kentucky can still further notice they're on the back burner. You can't fall in love with kind of the offseason vibes that we've seen in Lexington.
So I'm going to piss my partner off over here because I'm going to ask him about another school outside of LSU besides Missouri. Let's take a look at Oklahoma. Last year, 2-7 in the conference, like at the bottom of the list, towards the bottom of the list in the SEC. What is now they're coming into 2025 and one of the top hardest schedules in the SEC. What kind of emphasis do they have? What kind of pressure do they have to perform early for a fan base that expects to at least be in contention for a conference championship?
Yeah, it's a really difficult team to evaluate because part of me that says, man, if it hits right this year, Oklahoma's a playoff team. And I was saying that last year. But there's also this lingering doubt when it comes to Brent Venables evaluating an offense. And the decisions that he's made, most notably Arnold over Dylan Gabriel, who was not exactly holding Oklahoma with what he was asking for before he ultimately hit the portal and went to Oregon and became a Heisman finalist. There's a sense that if Brent Venables gets the offense wrong again, it's curtains. And that a program like Oklahoma, which does not have to pay head coach buyouts, has not had to be willing to pay, $35, $37 million. I can't remember what the exact number is for Brent Venables, and to move on. Now, there is an expectation that John Mateer can be that dude, though. And, I had his coach, Jake Dickert, who was his coach at Washington State. I had him on my show a couple of weeks ago. And he's like, I think he's the best player in college football, which is a wild thing to hear a guy say, considering the way that it kind of played out with both of those guys leaving Washington State. But John Mateer is sort of this ultimate wild card in the SEC. And if the pieces around him with an improved offensive line, with Deion Burks coming back, a receiver that I'm really high on, should do really good things out of the slot there. If their offense is, then you're like, wait a minute, you're going to pair that with a Brent Venables defense? That team can handle itself in the SEC, and that team can win 9 games. But it's all going to come down to how they manage that offense. They got to stay healthier than they were last year when just a rash of injuries hit them before the calendar even turned October. But Oklahoma is one of these teams, man, that I think we kind of have to throw out the 2010s of expectations for them, as proud as they are, and understand this is a new world that they're dealing with. And coming off the year that they had last year, they have a huge hurdle to overcome this year.
All right, there he is, Connor O'Gara, Saturday Down South. I mean, just couldn't get him on the phone. He didn't give up. Too gritty to be pretty.
Never
Jumped
give
on
up.
the Zoom. We can appreciate that. Connor, looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks, brother.
Gentlemen, appreciate it.
I don't know why you need to call me out about Missouri. I can't like Eli Drinkwitz and the Missouri Tigers.
That's what you call a radio pro transition to another question.
Where'd you learn
Sometimes
that?
you got to sell your partner out.
Radio 101.
Oh, yeah. I wrote it.
All right, we'll close out hour number 2 when we come back. Don't forget Nick Underhill, NewOrleans.football in 13 minutes from now. Stay locked in here to OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. When you go to the website, you can do it all. You can have a chat right there with them on the homepage of the website. You can see cases they can handle for you in the courtroom. You can see past client results of cases they've already handled in the courtroom for your neighbor. Throughout the state of Louisiana truly does mean throughout. From Shreveport to Monroe, Monroe to Ellick to Lafayette, Lake Charles, New Orleans to the Bayou, Baton Rouge, does not matter. We are talking to you. They can help you throughout the state of Louisiana. And if you want to call them, it is your area code followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Yeah, get on the G team. You know the name. You've seen the billboards. You have heard of the G team. Because why? Because they help. They help Louisianans all over every single day. If you've been injured, it's not your fault. Whether it's car accident, truck accident, a loved one, wrongful death, whatever it is, call them, see how they can help you. Your area code, 888-8888.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Tonight we're gonna raise a whole lot more than Cain, 'cause there's money in the bank, and tomorrow's Saturday, so if they pass that fifth the jack this way, I turn it up, down, up, down, up, down. We just
All right, welcome back in. OTB Unfortunately, our guy Roddy Jones has to move to tomorrow. Don't worry, I will ridicule him through text message, but we will have him on the show tomorrow. We're still going to have Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football, in 8 minutes from now. I have no idea what to believe or what not to believe when it comes to the New Orleans Saints. And I know that's scary. I know it's a little frightening, but I also kind of like it. There's a great unknown out there, and we're all expecting them to be really bad. But sometimes when you have a young team, mixed with certainly some savvy vets, but you got a young team, you got a young quarterback.
Especially with a
you don't know
new
any better.
coach and a new young coach.
You don't
right?
know any better.
Yeah, we tend to forget because we look at, the injuries they had last year and how bad it kind of was, how ugly it looked last year. You tend to forget that going into the offseason, you want to say, man, it's not going to be good. We don't have the answers here. There's a question mark there. We got a young quarterback, new coach. What are we going to do? Blah, 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 blah. You tend to forget that there's a roster full of NFL football players on that team, and they're all pretty damn good. So you never really know what to expect every single year, whether it's high school, college, NFL, no matter what. There's always somebody, something that surprises you. So the question has to be asked, why not the Saints?
I'm intrigued with all the new. I'm intrigued with the quarterback competition, obviously, but you said it, like you have a young head coach. You have an innovative young head coach. You have somebody that has been in multiple places, kind of found himself in multiple offenses, and what can he take from each offense that he's been a part of. He's had different quarterbacks, like Dak Prescott's never going to be confused for Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's never going to be confused for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is never going to be confused for whoever wins the Saints job. And I think that's a positive for Kellen Moore, and the fact that he's been successful with 3 different types of quarterbacks.
And it's pretty positive, like all the things that we're hearing from the reports, whether it's from Nick or reporters or, Scott, the quarterback's coach, like everything seems really positive. And what I like about it is you do have this young coaching staff, but they are young, open, offensive coaching staff that is going to maneuver this offense around the talent. They're not going to move the talent around their offense.
Right.
They're going to build it around the talent, which is really cool. And that's what you see with these young coaches and these guys that know ball, have been around, like you said, around a lot of different types of talent, a lot of different types of quarterback. So that could be really exciting. We could be better than people are giving us credit for. I just said us. Look at me.
Whoa.
Wow. Whoa.
You did get paid by them, though.
That's true. Last helmet I ever put on. But then you look on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of questions there, but you have an ex-NFL head coach running the defense.
Yeah.
And who has been a successful defensive coordinator in the past. That's why he got the job as a head coach.
Yeah, I mean, he was successful early on as a head coach, and that thing went sideways on him quick.
He made a few bad decisions. Maybe too much in the analytics game.
A little aggressive.
A little aggressive
on some of those fourth downs.
Hey, every possession ends in a
kick.
Go for it and miss it. Every possession ends in a failed fourth down.
When we had Jimbo on, we should have said, hey, coach, every possession ends in a, and if you think he'd have said it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Ted, toughness, effort, discipline. Ted.
Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football when we come back.
Off the bench.
Didn't think I was going to bust out the Ted there, did you?
No, I did not. We had shirts that said Ted. All right, go to KTZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com. That's KTZ Interiors and Outdoor Living. Been doing it since 2004. No matter what I've had, be it in the kitchen, the front door, the back patio, anything I've ever called Brandon Barton with and said, hey, can you help me out here? He has not hesitated. He's just gone out and done it. They'll do that for you as well. It's not just because we are here, we advertise with them. They've done it for my dad. They've done it for hundreds, thousands of people here in this greater Baton Rouge area. But remember, they can serve the entire state of Louisiana. Give them a call. Have that conversation with them to see what they can do for you. Again, KTOZBlinds.com.
Yeah, they have a product. They have something to help you for any budget as well. Just call them. Tell them your needs. Tell them your budget. Tell them what you're working with. They can help you. Go to their brand new, beautiful website, KTOZBlinds.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunnyquip.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Tuesday, July 1st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 92 in hour 3 of today's show. Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football hops on at 9 a.m. to give us the latest on the New Orleans Saints. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. It's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. It is Tuesday. It is 9 a.m. So you know we're going to catch up now with our guy, Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football. That is the site. It is your go-to place for the latest and greatest. Nick, what's going on, man? How you doing this week?
Hey, doing great. How you guys doing?
We're in that off-season mode where we're like, you know what? Maybe they're not going to be that bad. I don't know. They're young. Maybe they don't know any better. They got a young head coach. He's worked with a lot of different quarterbacks, a lot of different skill sets. They've all been really good. That's where we're at in the offseason, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the kind of the cycle that it goes through every year. But I'm holding steady at 5 until we see something. I just can't get there yet. But but I'm I find myself leaning more into the optimism that what happened. You start to look at all the faults along there, like, well, maybe they'll fix this, maybe they'll fix that, but there's a lot of fixing that's got to get done here.
Wait, Nick, you're sticking with 5, like 5 wins, or like 5 on a scale of 10 of like your excitement?
5 wins. My excitement though is like I'm at like a 9, man. Like I just kind of want to find out like what they're going to be. I find the team to be way more interesting than it was in previous seasons. I think, it's that kind of the unwrap box under the Christmas tree. Like it's just you're just looking at it. It could be anything, and maybe Tyler Shuck's good. Maybe there's some upside here. It hasn't disappointed you yet. There's just nothing really to be super negative about. You've never seen, the coach make a bad decision before. So like my interest level is just kind of is through the roof. And, I think they could win 5 games and it would be way more fun than 5 with Derek Carr, I think. It's just kind of, you're at the start of something instead of trying to like hang on to something at the end. And look, and even if they suck, like all these guys that were just at the Manning camp, like all of them are on the table now. Like if Shuck's not good, like all those guys become possibilities. So I think even in like the extreme disappointment, like it's just like, well, all right, well I'm going to watch Clemson and on Saturday and imagine what it's going to look like on Sunday, and I think that's kind of exciting too.
So you've been there obviously pretty much day in, day out over the last couple of years. What does it look like now compared to what it looked like last year, or maybe the last few years with Dennis Allen as the head coach? Does it have a different feel? Does it have a better feel? Is it more organized? Is it more fun? Like, what are the vibes now compared to what they have been?
I think last year was actually kind of similar to this year, and I think the players kind of go through the same thing too. Like last year, it was new offensive staff. The year before, it was I think still kind of like that continuation of frustration because. Carmichael was coming off the bad season. They tried to replace him. They couldn't. He comes back. And that season kind of felt stuck. And I don't know that there was like the hope and positivity. But last year around this time, I feel like it kind of felt the same way. They were all excited about that staff. They thought it was going to turn around. They thought things were going to be a lot better. And, for 2 weeks, it was. And then, all of a sudden wasn't. But, It's interesting though, because like I don't know, like the veteran players kind of seem like maybe they've been through too much, so like there's more of a guarded optimism than sort of just like full on drinking the Kool-Aid type of optimism. I think there's a little bit of skepticism about like, all right, well, look, like I'm gonna do what I can do, but they gotta, the organization has to show me kind of what they have, going on, and I get it. Like I feel like even from my point of view, I went through the same process and become a little bit jaded and you're kind of more like, man, like I fell into this trap before, I'm not going to do it again. So I think there's a little bit of that feeling in there too, but I think in general people are excited and curious and they like the vision of the offense. There's a lot of that, but yeah, I don't know that it's like full on Kool-Aid drinking at this point. I think there's a little bit of show and prove.
Wait, I thought you told me Kool-Aid was going to be better this year.
A lot of cards.
Well, we'll see.
Thank you.
So Nick, kind of like piggybacking on that a little bit. So I'm watching the news the last couple of days, and it seems like the Steelers have been in the headlines all offseason. They've made so many moves. They just had a big blockbuster trade yesterday with Minka Fitzpatrick and Jalen Ramsey, and it just got me thinking about the Saints. Like, I didn't hear hardly any splashes this year in offseason, whether it's free agent signings, trades, and there's a little bit here and there, but no big splashes on trying to like instantly improve a team overnight. So is that because of the season last year where they kind of were? Was it a new coach situation, or is that just veterans in the NFL thinking it is not a desirable place for me at this time?
I think it's both. I think it's definitely both those things. As far as trying to attract the free agents, I think if Derek Carr's retirement had been a thing in March, I doubt Justin Reed's here. I doubt Tyrann Mathieu takes a pay cut. I doubt Cam Jordan is willing to do what he's willing to do to stick around. Like, I think a lot of stuff this offseason plays out completely differently if they knew that, because all of a sudden, like now there really isn't a chance to win. And then beyond that, where they're at now, if you're Jalen Ramsey, like this isn't where you want to go. You saw the video with Aaron Rodgers where he was up on the stage like, yeah, I would never, like, there's no way I'd go play for the Saints. when I don't know where he was at, but somebody asked him that and he answered it. I think that's just kind of reflective of where they're at right now. Like, this isn't a place where you're looking to go to try to win right now. I think it's a major rebuild. And organizationally, every time there's one of these guys out there, like, I try to reach out, find out, hey, look, like, anybody looking at him? Have they reached out about him? And, universally, the answer's been like, no. There was a report yesterday about Gilmore. I checked up on that. The answer was no, like, they're not looking at him. So, like, I think they're kind of at a place where they just want to find out what they have, and either they have answers or they don't. And I think they're trying to do this build, sort of the right way and not be reckless about anything or try to put too much weight on trying to win this season. Because, I think realistically, like, if you look at it, I mean, there's not a chance to be a real winning team right now. And, what's the value of getting from, let's say they are a 5-win team and you go out and you add some veteran that's going to help you get the 6.5, 7 wins. Like, what's the value in that? Like, now you're just kind of lowering yourself in the draft and you kind of got to weigh both things. You want to build your culture. You want to have some success. I think having success helps you build that culture. I think you have to be, like, mindful of all that stuff, but, like, trying to spend money and assets on, like, trying to improve a team that's not going anywhere currently, I don't think it's the right way to do it. Like, I think you got to find out what your answers are. I think there's a lot of unknowns on this team. Let that stuff reveal itself this year, and then I think next year you start trying to add to what's good, get rid of what isn't, and go from there. But I think it's both those things. I think they're kind of, I don't want to say foot off the gas, but they aren't pressing on it like they have in the past where they felt like the NFC South was attainable. At the same time, I don't think there's many veterans trying to get into this vehicle right now.
Where are you most worried on the defensive side of the football? Because I think we know a lot of the offensive issues, but what about on the other side?
Yeah, I'm curious what you guys think too. Like, for me, it's the pass rush, like 100%. Yeah. I just don't feel like they have a top end answer. I feel like they have, like, two good, like, B answers at that position. I like Brian Brzee as a pass rusher. I think he's got to play the run a lot better. I'm going to be interested to see how that kind of, works out with this staff and how they view him, since they don't really have anything invested in him. But I'm extremely worried about that aspect of it. And then if the corners are a tick worse than they were last year, I think that becomes even harder to get, pressures into sacks. So yeah, I'm real worried about that one. And with that big investment, like, hopefully Chase Young gives you a little bit of something, but I think no matter what happens, that's need number one on the list next year, assuming quarterback isn't a disaster. And, it could be need 2 as well. I think there's still just major questions there.
Nick, did Tyler Shuck, did he hire a Louisiana PR firm to run his off-season campaign of just absolutely endearing himself to every single Louisiana? Like, he's done everything. And then, of course, this past weekend shows up at the Manning Passing Academy, gets rave reviews from him. Peyton Manning's doing interviews on the Pat McAfee show talking about Shuck coming down. So, like, he's doing everything. Is there anything, has there been one misstep from Tyler Shuck this offseason?
I don't know. I don't think so, man. Like, he just seems to have, like, studied everything that went wrong with the previous quarterback.
It's almost too perfect right now, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, that would be my criticism, is, like, this almost feels like too calculated, like too much. But, like, yeah, he's making all the right moves, says all the right things. I think, him being a little bit older too, like, plays into him coming in here, like, the right way, understanding where he's at with it and everything. I think there's, like, a maturity to it. But look, like, even if it is, like, a plan and it's kind of coming from, like, whatever, like, if he's game planning how he's coming into a city, like, I like what that says about how he approaches things in general, being a smart, calculated, thought out individual. Like, I feel like that's going to translate into, his actual job. I like him. I like how he's handling things. I like everything that he says. I like what he's doing. He just seems, I don't know, he just seems smart. And look, I think there's, like, a genuineness to it too. Like, even if you are kind of sitting down planning that stuff out, like, it's coming from, like, a place of understanding and wanting. I mean, you guys know how it is here, man. Like, wanting to be part of the community and all that stuff. Like, it actually, like, matters probably more than it maybe, it should, but it's part of it, and it's part of how people, react to you and accept you and all that stuff. And he just seems to get it. And yeah, I mean, it almost is a little too perfect, but it's better than kind of what the opposite was. And look, from my perch, I like it that people like the quarterback, because then when we talk about him, it could just be about the football, and it's not about, what he puts in his Chipotle bowl or any of this other stuff. Like, it's just you're kind of evaluating it on that level and not like through this like veneer of hate. And I think it makes it a little bit easier to talk about like what's actually happening on the football field.
Who are you referring to?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Catching up with our guy, Nick Underhill, NewOrleans.football is the site. Nick, there's going to be, going back to the defense, there's a lot of mid-round selections there that I don't really know what their role's going to be. We can go Danny Stutzman, who you took in the 4th round, Riley, who you took in the 4th round, Sanker, who you took in the 3rd round. I mean, there was, Diggs in the 7th round off the top of my head. So there was a lot of investment in the draft on that side of the ball. Now, we haven't heard a lot, and some of that's because you got a quarterback competition. Some of it's because your 1st-round pick, your 2nd-round pick, obviously main positions being left tackle and quarterback. Any of those guys, did they pop maybe in these early camps? Do you think there's going to be a starting role for any of those mid-round defensive selections?
Stutzman definitely popped for sure. I mean, his range and just like those 7-on-7s was kind of crazy. Like, he broke up one pass that was probably like, I don't know, man. It was probably like 20-some yards down the field on the sideline. Like, just showed really, really good range. Moved around, popped. Just one of them guys that you consistently notice. Sanker had a nice pick in one of the mini camp practices, jumped the route from Rattler, kind of like, cut underneath. They showed good vision, anticipation there. I'm interested in what they're going to do at safety. Like, the rotation at minicamp was kind of weird to me. They had Justin Reed and Jordan Howden out there with the first team defense. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's just, Tyron wasn't out there for OTA, so maybe they were bringing him along slowly. I don't know. And as far as Riley, like, he just started getting out to practice in minicamp. Like, he had some type of procedure, I believe, on his like leg. I don't know exactly what it was. Wasn't out there in OTAs, was starting to get his legs under him there. I think the door is wide open for him to compete for one of them outside corner spots for sure. I think him against Ike Adams probably going to be one of them battles that play out throughout camp. But I think all of them have a chance to get out there. Stutzman's probably a little bit more blocked than the other guys. But I think there's going to be some opportunity for sure.
Nick, it's July 1st, man. It is training camp month. So happy July. We got July 4th coming. So before we get to training camp, let me know what you got planned this July 4th. You got any big plans, fireworks, cooking out? What we got?
I really got nothing, man. I don't know. Like, we were going to go on a trip. It kind of got canceled by some light stuff. So kind of just like piecing it together right now. But probably just hanging out, man. Like, I don't know. I haven't put it together yet. The plan was to be at Wrigley Field on July 4th, but that's been sidetracked a little bit. So I don't know, putting it together.
Got to find some fireworks.
Yeah,
got to.
Yeah, were you going to go hang out with T-Bob? Was that the plans for the 4th?
No, but I might actually have some baseball tickets to send him. So if they don't sell out, SeatGeek, he might find himself a little come up.
If they are free, they are T. So he will certainly take those free tickets. Nick, you're the man. We appreciate you joining us every single week. It is getting closer and closer. Cannot wait to start talking about Saints and training camp. We appreciate the time as always, sir.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
There we go. We're getting excited.
I am.
We're doing our best to get ready and become big Saints fans right now. I said we earlier talking about the Saints. We had some good energy.
We technically both did wear that uniform.
Yeah. We had a lot of good energy.
That's our last uniform we both wore.
And then, like, the Saints insider, Nick Underhill, comes on and says, yeah, 5 wins.
Oh, boy.
I got, like, in my brain, like, in between those last couple segments, I was like, man, I think we could get 8, 9, maybe 10. Let's go. Underdogs, maybe win a couple at the end.
If you get 7 or 8,
it's a
good year. Would you rather have
maybe?
Always. Would you rather have a 9-win season and be in the conversation, maybe fall short of the playoffs, Or would you rather just say Leroy Jenkins and just have like 2 wins and get the number 1 pick?
No, I'd rather be in the conversation.
Me too.
For sure.
Oh, me
100%.
too. I don't know.
I mean, especially now that you got your quarterback.
I know the quarterback class is elite. At least we think it's going to be next year. But, man, I don't know that I could sit there for a 2-win season.
Yeah, I know. No, I'd much rather be, especially since you drafted Shuck this past year. I really hope that Rattler goes in there and wins the job so Shuck can sit a little bit, proves himself, pops off, plays well, and then improves his trade value for the Saints potentially with then Shuck going.
Yeah. If you don't give a damn, he don't give a shuck. More OTB when we come back.
More of those coming up.
Off the bench.
You got to be careful.
Careful of what?
With Shuck's last name. Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Check out what you can buy new, what you can lease, what you can rent. Everything is available, no matter what it is. If they offer it new, they offer it in both the leasing and rental department. Per day rental prices there at All-Star. So if you've got a summer vacation, if you've still got one last trip there for volleyball, baseball, softball, whatever it might be, go ahead and rent a Toyota today. Go to the website. Call Miss Lisa Sessions. That website, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
They are conveniently located on Airline near Goodwood. But guess what? You don't even have to show up to see what they have on the lot. Go to their website, see what they have on the lot, see which cars, if you are in the market, go see what they got. And you're driving your old car, see what the trade-in value. Start that process on the website. Go see how they can help you today. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
At Luba Workers Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact.
The only 2 things in life that make it worth living His guitar's a tune good and firm, feeling women. I don't need my name in the marquee lights. I got my song and I got you with me tonight.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Waylon and Willie and the boys. This successful life we're living got us feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys.
All right, welcome back in OTB. So my afternoon co-host is EJ Manuel, and EJ also is a regular on Get Up on ESPN. And he sent me a text this morning because he was on there, and Finebaum was on there as well. And he asked if I saw it, and I was like, "No, man, we don't have it in studio. Like, what was it?" He sends it to me. Finebaum said Arch Manning is the best college football quarterback we have seen since Tim Tebow.
We haven't seen it.
Wait, can you say it again? I wasn't.
Wow.
Sorry.
This is Paul Finebaum?
Finebaum said that Arch Manning is the best college quarterback we've seen since Tim Tebow. We've had a lot of quarterbacks that have been better than Tim Tebow, in my opinion, overall, as a thrower and a runner. But, like, we're just skipping over Cam, Burrow, Baker, whoever.
Let me come to his. I'll come to his defense real quick because I haven't seen it. We hadn't heard it. Nobody here has. So I'm going to assume, I'm going to make this assumption that he was talking about as far as hype coming in. Like, he's the best college football as far as like all the hype and everything. The build-up leading up, because the Tim Tebow build-up was really big. It was huge. I don't know if you remember that.
I was supposed to host him at LSU. I passed him off to Luke Sanders.
Well, glad he didn't come.
Me too.
Yep. But
you'd try to take my
so I'm going to
carries away
assume that
from
Finebaum, but if like he would be out of his mind if after the limited playing time he would say like the best quarterback since Tim Tebow in college football. He has to mean the best, like build up,
the most
hype, the most maybe prepared to play. I don't know. But I'm just going to come to his defense there without knowing this situation at all because he's been doing this a long time.
See if you can find the audio.
Let's call him.
See if you can find the clip. I'm not calling Paul.
Let's call him.
Why not?
Say Paul. Say
Let's
fella.
go. I'm sure he can zoom in.
They ain't played nobody, Paul.
They ain't played nobody.
Y'all will be shocked to hear this. High school me would go home every day.
Oh, gross.
After an Alabama loss.
I just know he called
Just
in.
listen. After an Alabama loss, I would go home, turn on the Paul Finebaum show, and just laugh at the hysteria. Enjoyed it so much.
Paul's been doing this for a long time. He's an OG in the game. But if you host the Paul Finebaum show, a lot of solo shows are very difficult.
Yeah.
Like what our boy J.D. Piquel does, what Josh Pate does. You know, that's not easy. We've certainly all done solo. Like, you know, Taylor, you're doing it right now. You're doing it for Scone.
I would never do it.
You'll get comfortable enough where you do. But like for his show, he's basically like open monologue, next segment, caller. Let her rip. We got Gail down in Mobile. Let her rip. We got Franklin up in Montgomery. Let him rip.
Pop off, Franklin. Pop off. Not a bad.
I don't even think it's like. It's just really like for Arch, he's tried to. I can appreciate. He has literally tried. I think, from my view, tried to do everything the right way.
It seems like he's
not in. Like, there's guys that invite this.
No,
like there's some guys. Like I think Tim enjoyed the hype of Tebow Mania and all that. Mm-hmm. Arch has felt like he's been like, man, can I just hang out with my friends, do college stuff, and go play some ball?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not like he's not enjoying the hype because everything is on his shoulders now. So people think that, man, it's a no-win situation. There's so much hype. So, well, it can turn into a really good thing. Go and beat Ohio State game 1. you're going to be the favorite for the Heisman because of that hype.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, if he underperforms, it's going to be it's going to go one way or the other. Yeah. It's going to be he's the greatest of all time or this guy's awful.
All right, let's see what kind of context we can get from this. Here is Paul Finebaum earlier today on Get Up.
Finebaum, what are your expectations for Arch?
The absolute roof. I think there's a reasonably good chance that Arch Manning will be sitting on the front row in New York at the Heisman ceremony. That's assuming that his team does what it's supposed to do and compete for not only the SEC, but for the national championship. And I really believe they will. I think Steve Sarkisian, who's one of the most amazing play callers I've ever seen, made a critical mistake late in the year. He was way too loyal to Quinn Ewers, who was banged up and was really ineffective. Had Arch Manning been instituted in the second half of that game, like Nick Saban did a couple of years ago with Tagovailoa, I think there's a reasonably good chance that Texas would have beaten Ohio State and won the national championship. They're very capable of doing it again this year. I believe also that Arch Manning is the best college football quarterback we have seen since Tim Tebow entered the scene in 2006.
You tried.
I tried.
You tried to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I tried, dude.
He kind of did say his expectation was that, so it's kind of a
well,
little
yeah,
bit
because
of
like
what
Taylor
you
said, we don't have anything to go
like,
off of.
It kind of is a
like
little
his
bit
games
of
that
what
he's
you said.
played is UL Monroe, UTSA, and Mississippi State.
He led up to his statement by saying the expectation.
Yes.
But then he's like, I believe that he will be.
did
Then he said, I do believe he
did.
is the best college.
I'm also
what
trying
did, what did Quinn Ewers do to all these people?
What did Quinn
Seriously.
do? We were talking about that after the show the other day.
He led his team to back-to-back semifinal appearances.
But we were kind of talking about that the other day where Aaron Murray, he came on the show and he was talking about like well, what do you think, like, how is somebody like Arch so highly rated when he sat behind a 7th round pick? And it's like, okay, well, I don't think that should have happened in the first place. And like you said, he took Texas from being like nothing,
mediocre
to, like you said, taking them to the playoffs and leading their team to not to the national championship,
to a semifinal two different times.
Yeah, like, I don't know what.
The whole 7th round pick take is, I mean, you got to have a take. Like, you got to say something.
Well,
right?
look, I mean, the quarterback that Finebaum's talking about, like,
take.
Who throws the football better, like Quinn Ewers or Tim Tebow?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, so I mean, it's just wild to disrespect.
I mean, you could arguably say
that
Quinn Ewers fell because Arch was there and there was so much pressure to put him in. There's all these different things, and maybe the pressure got to Ewers at some point. Well, like you said, back-to-back semifinal appearances for the guy. Make every throw in the book. Yeah, he kind of disappeared in a couple of games here and there, but like it happens. It happens to everybody.
Yeah.
I talked about this a little bit yesterday. Like when Arch was coming out of high school, I thought he got unnecessary hate. A lot of people were like, Arch Manning's a 5-star because of his name. And I'm like, I think Arch has a shot to be a really good quarterback. It has completely flipped. And like people put so much expectation on him, and he really hasn't done anything. Like I understand he's good. I understand that Steve Sarkisian made Mac Jones look like a Heisman Trophy finalist. Like we've seen how that's worked out since then. Like I get all of that. But Texas lost their top 3 receivers from a year ago. They lost their left tackle, who's going to be the starter for the Saints. He was a first-round pick. They lost 2 of their 3 running backs from a year ago. Like, I think Arch is going to be good, but, like, let's pump the brakes here a little bit. Like, this Texas team has to replace a ton. Now, he did it in 24 because they had to replace a ton from the year before. But, like, you got to do it again. You got to go out there and show me something before we're going to anoint these guys like the best in the SEC. Not just Arch, but Texas as a whole.
And if anybody's set up to, like, go out and prove it, it would be him. He's got the skill set. He's on the team. He's got the play caller, everything. But, like, I think even the Mannings would tell you, hey, let the kid go prove it.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's what they would prefer happen from the public opinion.
Well,
but it's not.
I feel like it kind of sucks, too, for Arch because he's not the one that's out here being like, oh, I'm the
best.
best.
Like I said, I think he's doing everything the right way.
Yeah.
He's trying to deflect it.
Everyone's kind of like setting him up for failure because you're hyping him up so much. And obviously there are going to be bumps in the road on the way there. And everyone's going to be like, see, he was overrated the entire time. And it's like, I mean, kind of just because like y'all crowned him this before we even saw anything from him.
It's going to be
let him go up there in Columbus week 1 and lose, which right now I think they're going to. I think Ohio State does win that game. But like, let's say Arch goes up there, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Ohio State wins about 2 touchdowns. they're gonna crucify the kid.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
they are.
The quarterback and head coach for every football team always gets unnecessary praise, undeserved praise, but he also gets undeserved blame all the time as well. That's the nature of the beast. Arch is like that magnified by like 1,000. So he's going to get, if he plays well, he's going to get way more praise than he deserves. And if he plays bad, he's going to get way less than he deserves.
When you look at what Quinn was last year, going back to Quinn Ewers, he threw for 3,500 yards, completed 66% of his passes, 31 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. And so I have a problem, I guess. This isn't even necessarily like what Finebaum said about Arch is wild, just because like you're skipping over generational quarterbacks. But also, like, I don't know why, but I just feel like I got to stick up for Quinn Ewers because he was a good, solid college football player. You look at the stats, he was tough. He came back from injuries multiple times. He humbled himself. He went to Ohio State for the money, said, that's not me. I want to play at Texas. What am I doing? You know, gets rid of the mullet, comes back down to Texas, and like tries to make everything about football. He goes out there, plays pretty well. Like him talking about, oh, if Arch Manning comes into the game, then Ohio State might not win a national championship. Did y'all not see Jack Sawyer like free reign to the quarterback? Like nobody touched him. I don't care if it was Cam Newton back there. It's going to be tough to escape that. Like it's not like Quinn went and lost that game. On the fumble, you had one of the best rushers in college football last year unblocked with a clear path to the quarterback. I don't think I'm going to blame Quinn Ewers, who was leading his team down there, was on the goal line. They couldn't run it in. They tried to throw it, sack, fumble, ball goes the other way.
And that one play, that was like the last play.
Yeah.
But I think we can all agree. We just said it. He's done it the right way. I think we're all going to be cheering for him. A Louisiana kid seems to do all the right things. Seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. Let's cheer for him. I hope he comes in second place in the SEC every year he starts.
Bilbo asks, how many college junior quarterbacks have entered a season as a Heisman favorite with less than 1,000 passing yards before Arch?
I was shocked.
Heisman favorite?
I was shocked that he was the Heisman favorite when I looked it up this morning.
Well, that's what I was telling you. Like, it was Athlon's. The Athlon's like magazine that comes out every summer.
We're a Phil Steele magazine here.
And they ranked Arch as the #1 quarterback in the SEC coming into the season over Nuss. Like, the guy's played like, I bet if you added up the quarters he's played, he's probably played 5 to 6 games.
I would say the only person that would fall into this category is Tua Tagovailoa. Remember, he came in, won a national championship coming into that game late, and then when he was entering the next season, he was a Heisman frontrunner coming into that year, which I also believe was his junior year. That's the only one I can think of.
But you just mentioned it there. He accomplished more than Arch. He came in, he won that game. They were down double digits. Like, to Finebaum's point, if Arch would have come into that game against Ohio State, he would have led a comeback. Maybe we'd feel a little different. He didn't.
All right, let's do this. Let's step away. Let's regroup. Wild behavior out there this morning on Get Up. More OTB when we jump back on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
Now and anytime is always the perfect time to go for dose with a Dos Equis. Now,
you think Paul Finebaum drinks Dos Equis?
No, doesn't have the chest. There's going to be a lot of Dos Equis, as Flynn would say, eliminated here for the 4th of July, as they should be, celebrating, having a good time, hot dogs, hamburgers, the whole works, with a ice cold Dos Equis. But a lot of y'all are going out of town. You're going to the lake. You're going to the beach. We say it every day, toes in the sand, Dos Equis in hand. That is always going to be a winner. No matter the situation, Dos Equis is always the answer.
Long time ago, our forefathers declared independence. The taxes were too high. Guess what? Not too high on Dos Equis. Go get yourself some Dos Equis. Go get a 12-pack, 24-pack, 48, whatever. Cool it down, ice it down, get you a lime, that cold Mexican lager. Go for dose with Dos Equis.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical,
structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back in OTB. So we were supposed to have Roddy Jones. He's going to move to tomorrow. He had something pop up last minute, and it is Tuesday. We had 4 guests, and so kind of replacing OTB Mailbag, but since we got 15 minutes left in the show, 2 segments, let's go ahead and do 2 segments of OTB Mailbag.
Special delivery! I have this special delivery for Off the Bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
We'll be writing to you.
The internet.
What the is the internet?
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Build your ultimate July 4th plate.
Ooh.
I'm going
Glizzy 100%.
For sure.
Like, no questions asked.
What do you...
Potato salad.
Potato salad for sure. Mustard base or mayonnaise base?
Oh, mustard base.
Yeah,
we usually mix.
I like both, but...
Yeah, we usually do. Victoria makes like a mix. Puts both in there. It's pretty good.
Macaroni salad.
Okay. See, I'm going a lot of protein. I'm going glizzy for sure.
Yeah.
Probably some mustard on that thing.
Yeah.
Depending on what we got for, like...
Mustard all up on it.
Yeah, depending on what we have, at our disposal there. I'm going cheeseburger, fully dressed. I'm probably going like some kind of a fried onion ring, French fry, something with potato salad.
I'm going
Or baked
simple.
beans too. God, it's gonna be a heavy plate.
So I'm going dog too, obviously. I'm going chili cheese dog.
They come with a diaper?
Chili cheese dog is a top 5 Taylor food, easily.
So you get them at the gas station?
No, but I would. If I wanted one bad enough, I would. I'll tell you what.
Dude, a 7-Eleven chili dog is fire.
There ain't a person.
Like, I don't know if y'all have ever had one, but they are fire.
It's a gut bomb, but I appreciate it.
There ain't a person in Walker, Louisiana that's bought more foot-long chili cheese conies from Sonic than your boy right here. I guaranteed it.
Let's go.
Guarantee it.
Let's go.
So we're going chili cheese hot dog, fully dressed cheeseburger like Jake did, fries, ketchup with a side of cheese to dip the fries in. Boom, there we go.
I like it. I'm definitely going hot dog, but I'm not going with it on my plate because a proper hot dog off the grill is consumed straight off the grill, bun in hand.
Yeah.
You just put it on your hand.
Yeah.
Mustard, maybe little like finely diced onions.
Yeah.
Finely diced onions.
Little
Don't give me
relish.
the thick stuff. I don't want the thick onions. I want the finely diced onions.
Little dill.
But on my plate, baby back ribs all day with like a vinegar barbecue sauce.
Okay.
I like a potato salad made with
Oh, you
mustard, like the
fancy, huh?
mustard base. Oh yeah, I am a little fancy.
Yeah, okay.
And I love a good cheeseburger. But like my sides, like keep it simple, like a little like fun pack of Cheetos.
Yeah.
Man, nothing beats it.
I'm going glizzy with mustard, a little bit onion like you, and dill relish.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Oh,
And then
go some dill relish
some
on there.
pork ribs.
Wait, does anything hit like some grilled sausage sliced with some toothpick appetizer with a little barbecue sauce and mustard?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mustard.
So true.
Yeah.
Mustard, a little barbecue
Man.
sauce. Throw a bunch of like a little bottle of toothpicks out there.
Yeah.
Come on.
Little
call those
potato
Tic
salad.
Tacs.
Little macaroni salad.
I don't know if
Just
anything-
plain ass ruffles.
Just like that. Everybody's
Plain
chilling,
ass
having a good
Plain
time.
ass
The
ruffles.
ruffles hit on the
They
food.
hit. They
French
really
onion
do.
dip.
Oof. All right, we got to stop. Oof.
want a chili
Hashtag
dog
OTB
so
Mailbag.
bad.
Your car breaks down in Europe. You're on a family vacation. Where are you located and what's your first move?
Wait,
I mean,
what's
where
the
we-
question? I don't really get it.
I
don't know
what
about
my
the
first
located
move
part.
would be
if I'm in
car
Europe,
broke
it's
down.
it's to go watch Premier League soccer. So I'm probably in England, unless Swansea would be up. Then I'd be in Wales. But I'm probably in England. The good part about Europe is there's always a train nearby.
Yeah.
So you can walk to a train station, go wherever you need to go.
Wait, okay, so I don't know if I fully get the question.
So you're in Europe.
Yeah.
With your family. Your car breaks down.
Yes.
He wants to know where you are and what are you doing.
Yeah, like
when
why
you're-
you in Europe?
Why am I in Europe? Probably vacationing, sipping on some wine in Italy. So I'm probably somewhere.
Sipping on some sister.
Yeah, that's a banger. Probably sipping on some wine somewhere in like the mountains in Italy. So I'm probably somewhere very like remote.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably just die.
Then,
Like.
yeah, I don't know. Dad.
I
car
can't
breaks
even-
down. I'm done.
So
Car breaks
over.
down leads like to death.
Yes.
Like, that's
Yeah. I mean, I can't even jumpstart my own car here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So.
True.
I would be if I'm going to Europe, family, I'm going to drink some wine. So I'll probably be in like Italy, but I'd be around some wine.
Yeah.
That's what I've done in the
Yes,
past.
yeah.
So if my car breaks down, if you're in the right area, like there's winery that's walkable wherever you are.
Yeah,
You just go there,
true.
and they might not speak a lick of English, but you just like speak real slow to them. They get it, right?
Yeah. Do
So-
hand gestures.
Hand gestures.
Why you go to
give
England?
me
Don't
some
worry about it.
Broke
wine.
down.
I need wine. No. Just
So
throw O at the
I'm
end of
somebody
everything.
that likes to like fix things on their car themselves within reason. So
Yeah,
like,
tell me you're from Walker.
I'm a figure it out. If it's something I can't fix, it's a rental car anyways. I'm in Europe. Don't care. Call somebody to come get
Yeah,
it.
y'all come pick
Walk
this
to
thing
the-
up.
Walk to the next
Yeah.
spot. We're good.
How often do you have to fix your lawnmower a lot?
Yeah, actually.
He
Yes,
likes
I do.
to fix his lawn.
Yes, I do. I got two.
baby, it broke down.
So I got
Come
two. I actually have two lawnmowers, and one of them's broken right now.
Victoria, it's got a little rattle. I got to get under the hood. Sorry, that's a little Tony Romo. What's your 4th of July playlist, Lee Greenwood?
Toby Keith for me.
I mean,
mine's
you
Lee
gotta
Greenwood.
have 4th of July by Soundgarden on there. Like you have
And
to.
I'm proud to be an American.
that's it.
Where at least I know I'm free.
Y'all have already hit all the bangers.
Yeah.
Party in the USA, Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I mean, it's on there, yeah.
Obviously, it's on the playlist.
The song.
Feels like you gotta have some Tom Petty in there.
Living
Yeah.
in America.
Apollo Creed's theme
Oh, yeah.
music? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like how that-
Hashtag OTB Mailbag, 4th of July soda, Coke or Pepsi?
Dr. Pepper.
I say Pepsi.
A Dr.
What?
Pepper.
I've been on Pepsi Zero
Really?
lately. Ooh, it is hitting.
I'm cringing.
Hold on a
Pepsi
second.
Zero is
Hold on.
hitting.
What?
Yeah, I know.
What?
It's
Man, I like Diet Coke. I like Coke Zero.
Has anybody ever met a Pepsi person?
No.
Like the preferred
I've
Pepsi?
never. No,
Like that's
never.
not a serial killer.
No.
Actually, no.
No.
What?
This is
Pepsi-
crazy.
Like y'all telling me like a good Diet Pepsi from Taco Bell when you're at
Bro.
2 a.m.
No.
and
If I'm
Elbow
at
deep in
Taco
the bag.
Bell, if I'm at Taco Bell, I'll get it because they only have Pepsi products. I don't think I'm ever going to go Pepsi
No,
over Coke.
I'm
I didn't
getting
say I
a
was
mountain.
ever, but I mean, I
Baja
enjoy
The
Blast.
question was
Pepsi.
asked basically, Coke or Pepsi, and you with a
With Pepsi?
straight face immediately said Pepsi.
I said I've been on Pepsi Zero lately.
No,
Like
you said
This is
Pepsi.
crazy.
my
You said
drink,
Pepsi.
my drink of choice when I go to
Cut it.
restaurants is Coke Zero.
This show just got wild.
I'm going Dr. Pepper all the way
All right,
anyway.
Hester
So
boys.
Dr. Pepper with a light beer. I got to do both on 4th of July.
yeah.
I'm
Dos
in.
Equis, you mean?
I don't even know where I am right now. I'm so rattled.
Yeah.
I'm going
Really?
Diet Coke. Diet Coke's. Yeah, Diet
And
Coke.
didn't know you're a big Coke Powerade guy.
Bro, I don't think I've ever met a Pepsi person.
This is
Right
causing
now.
like a riff right now.
Our relationship can get through a lot.
I like both. Is that weird?
You said Pepsi.
I prefer Mountain Dew Code Red over the original Mountain Dew
Oh,
when
that
I
ain't
was
a
growing
hot
up.
take
Code
at all.
Red.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew
Red
Code
is-
Red's the best one they've made.
Yeah.
I don't know. Baja Blast is pretty great, but
Has anybody gone back and had a red cream soda recently?
no.
Probably my dad.
Oh my
he loved
God.
Big Red.
So I
love
have
Big
I
Red.
got-
It's so
You can't
good.
find Big Red anywhere
I
here.
got one at Buc-ee's in Mississippi like
Yeah?
2 weeks ago. Yeah, out of their machine.
So we got some at the house, like I can't remember. Someone brought some over, and my wife and I were like, oh my God, yeah. And so it's one of those things I haven't had since I was probably in 6th grade or something. I was like, oh my God, what a familiar flavor this is, and it's delicious. Makes you feel
All right, we're going to take a break. We're still going to do more of this. We're going to get to your questions, a little OTB mailbag / Ask the Bench to close out this Tuesday show.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com is the website if you want to sign up for a commercial residential service. If you want a roll-off dumpster, always remember 3 different sizes to choose from. So you get in contact with them, say, hey, here's what I've got going on. Here's my project at our home, at our business, whatever it might be. That's what T-Bob did when he was leaving town. He called him, was like, hey, I got a lot of stuff. I need to get rid of it. Well, it turns out they need to come out a couple different times. He didn't know how much stuff he had, but they were always there, right on the spot. Trashrangers.com.
residential, business, industrial, whatever it is. If you're moving, and everybody knows you got so much junk, you got to throw it away. Give them a call. They can tell you based on the size of your project what size roll-off dumpster you need. Oh, not to mention they can call you every single week, tell you and remind you to take your trash out. Call them today. See what they can do. Those big red dumpsters, big red trash cans. Trashrangers.com.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Tower.
In John Deere Green, on a hot summer night, he wrote Billy Bob loves Charlene. And went his feet high, and the hotel said that he should have used red, but it looked good to Charlene. In John Deere Green.
Ah, Charlene.
Come on, Charlene.
That is love. That is devotion.
Yeah.
Billy Bob's up there risking his life. Doesn't matter what color he's using. If he falls, he's done. It's all about you, Charlene. Oh, Billy Bob and Charlene made it.
I'm sure they did. That's real love right there.
That is real love.
You climb to a water tower, you making it.
Yeah, for sure.
Chivalry ain't dead.
In a small town, the water tower is like the point of focus.
Literally.
It's like where you tell everybody where everything is. You know the water tower's at up there? Up on 76? Yeah, you take a right once you get to 70. Yeah, that's it.
Our water tower's tall as hell, so I can't imagine theirs.
I used to think a witch lived on the top of the Round Rock water tower because there's a red light, and my aunt told me that a witch lived up there, so I was so
nice of her.
scared. Yeah. I was so scared of the water tower.
So what was the red light in your mind? Like her...
Like her little house.
Her little house.
Yeah.
Little tiny little witch.
Well, I mean, she's a witch. I'm sure she can shrink.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever size she wants to be. Smart.
Yeah. I was a really big Wizard of Oz fan, like watched it every night. So I was so scared of witches.
Every night.
What is your favorite firework to shoot? Roman candles at my brother's.
Saturn missile, the little one that goes...
I tend to stay away from them because I like my extremities on my
Victoria
body.
got shot in the eye with fireworks. She was a kid. She's like, she don't do them now.
Snakes and sparklers.
Yeah, but where's the good stuff?
Where's the good stuff? Whisker D's, Whisker Dance.
Ask the bench, which LSU player jersey would you most want to own? We'll answer that on tomorrow's show. That's called a radio tease.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Buying new, leasing, renting. Go check out what they have. Sequoia full-size SUV, the Highlander mid-size SUV, the Tundra truck, the Tacoma truck, the Sienna minivan. They've got something for everybody and multiple in each category. You're not going to find that anywhere else. A lot of times you got like, hey, here's all we have. We have one truck. We have maybe one mid-size SUV, maybe one sedan. Not the case over at All-Star Toyota. And you can buy it new. You can lease it, and you can rent it. Again, per day rental prices. Call Miss Lisa Sessions today to reserve that rental. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
Yeah, we're about at that midpoint of the summer, getting close to it. So if you're planning like one last family getaway, call them, see how they can help you. You don't want to put miles on your own car? Go rent a car. Call Miss Lisa Sessions. Get it done today. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota, Baton Rouge.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.